What? We're on time? On time.
Stream is live.
RaiderNation
Stream is live.
Live at the right time with a second to spare, bro.
The second to spare? Nice. We'll set up your, I'm going to reduce the background noise. Mic
Don't
game.
tell me that shit.
I already adjusted yours.
But I just have background noise right now.
No, I'm just trying to, it doesn't, but I'm just trying to make sure that you're good to go.
This is the background noise. Yeah, no. There's the background noise. That's cool.
Here's an excuse.
Not an excuse. Not an excuse. Never know. What up, everybody? We're in this time. Coming from the Mighty Ducks right now.
The Ducks.
Oh, shit. These are what?
Just throw him on first, dude. Just put him on first.
I know. I thought he wasn't going to be here for a minute. I was going to do a whole intro. I was going to have this whole spiel, but apparently he is here. He had a car. And
put him on the bright lights, bro.
Put him on the bright lights. He's already on the bright lights, bro.
He ready, bro. Look, he fixing his hair and everything. He fixing his hair and everything, bro.
I had to line it up real quick. You know what I mean?
I've never seen Pharaoh without a hat. So I don't even think he had hair.
Hey man, exclusive.
Oh shit! Yeah, put it back on.
Man, I used to like the afro, man. I could say the afro who it was, but don't know who it is. But I just want people to be surprised.
The afro was cool. The afro was cool.
He remembers.
Hey, damn! See. If y'all know, that's how y'all knew me from the beginning, man. Y'all knew me when I had the hair.
Yeah, you didn't have the background, nothing. You didn't have the.
I had a plain black background. That's crazy.
I remember
the Afro puff. You had the Afro puffs, bro. The lady
arranged.
Back when Gravy had a hairline, man.
Bro, we didn't know you that long ago. That was a long time ago.
I never had a hairline, bro.
That was like years and years.
My boy Pharaoh in the house. What's up, Pharaoh?
What up? Hey, what's good?
We good, man. We chilling. Just enjoying our Sunday, enjoying our weekend. Me and Pharaoh were pushing a little bit earlier. Like when we got off the show the other day, I was like, man, I'm gonna invite Pharaoh, because we're trying to get somebody on, and then I know Tuesday we're gonna have some more people on and stuff like that. We're gonna have We Raider with those guys, those jokers. Nah, but they're good people. Goat and everything, and we're like, great. I mean, we gotta have somebody else on. I was like, not Pharaoh, but I was like, yeah, let me just hit him up, see if he responds. So he's
all good, man.
But no, we right when we were getting off, you had premiered a video, and I was like, oh shit, like all right. So I thought you were live. And everyone was saying that you had premiered it, so I was like, oh shit, okay. So
yeah.
But, no, this is what I said. I go right now about this time right now. Pharaoh's deep into his draft game, and he probably wants to draft every tight end that's from 1 through 5 for number 1 pick that's in there.
Not tight end, receiver for sure. Receiver for sure.
This is Pharaoh's thing. He's always been real good with the draft, knowledgeable about the draft, educated about the draft. It's a good pickup for us to have him on instead of us just dragging our sorry ass drafts around and thinking we're gonna get this guy or that guy. So that's all. It's good to have Pharaoh with this draft knowledge.
Yeah, I mean,
Pharaoh Mayock.
Go ahead. No, if you guys haven't followed Pharaoh at all, bro, I don't know where you guys been at, bro. Pharaoh's been doing it very, very strong for a very long time. Pretty much, I think it was right before. I met all you guys around the same time, except Gravy. Gravy was a little bit later. I wish I never picked up the call, but anyways, but Pharaoh's been doing it for a long time, and then I remember, like you were saying, you just had the regular background stuff like that. You always came with good knowledge, the way you approach it, the questions, how you prepared, and then you and Ray started doing shit, and then everything else, the production started getting better. I was like, damn, man, my dude's doing this goddamn thing. I was gonna ask you, like, hey, what program you use, but I was like, nah, we'll just stay right. but you Severe Raider, right? Is it Severe Raider?
Yes, the Severe Raider, man. Make sure to subscribe to y'all, man. He's one of the up and coming content creators out there, man. So me and him do a show every Mondays at 8, the 50-50 show. But we just get into it, man. Just, two guys just talking football. Just talking about our opinions about the game, about football. We're fans of the game. We're not shy about saying that. We're not coming at it like we're the biggest experts, but we try to have fun while we're doing it, man. We do it every Mondays at 8, man. Yeah.
And then, Farrell, you have a bunch of stuff that you drop weekly, different shows. If I'm not mistaken, you're starting to do a little pre-records now too, huh?
Oh yeah. So me, Severe, and Big Mike Raider also subscribe to him as well. He's another Raider content creator, man. I feel like we got the most Raider content creators out there, man. That's a good thing, man. The Raiders, hey man, they go big or go home. That's how Raiders get down. But me, Big Mike Raider, the Severe Raider, we do a weekly. We've been doing a weekly little collab, and it is a pre-record. We release it. We try to release it by Thursday, no later than Friday, and we just get into it, man. Like, hey, man, I always say on the show, like, Raiders NFL is 365 days out the year, man. You that's one of those sports, one of the topics you can just talk all day, every day about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, bro. And us, man, I'm pretty sure you've seen our shows, us arguing and stuff like that all the time.
Oh yeah,
it's mainly Gravy just telling me that I don't know nothing, and it's true.
I mean, look, hey, you guys been doing it big, man. I feel like you guys got that nightly spot held down, man. Like, you guys are like been holding it down for a minute. Man, you got the 3-man game down pat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get there. You know what I mean? Me and Big Mike we start collabing. So, but yeah, man, it's all about growing, and I see you guys doing it, man, doing it big, man. And Gabe, man, we didn't even have a chance to talk, but we'll talk behind the scenes, man. Hope everything's going good with you, my brother.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was a rough, March, I would say, but it's always gonna be there. But yeah, for sure, man. We'll talk about it, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, for sure. Thank you, though, man.
Yeah, all good.
Like I always tell everybody, man, before we start the show, be thankful for what you do got, what you don't drink and drive. We're gonna get into the chat real quick, say what's up to the chat, and then we're gonna get into it, man. Just talk about it. I don't know I'm pretty sure a lot of the guys that follow us follow you too. Maybe some of them don't. We'll just kind of chop it up. We haven't really talked about like where we want to go, because now final decision, what I want to do, how I want to look at it, and we all just what we do. We just freestyle and just fucking go with it, talk some shit, man, have a good time.
Interested in what Farrell wants to do first round. Interested in that, but we'll wait for the chat. We'll wait for the chat.
Let's get into the chat real quick and we'll get to it, man. Joseph Barker, what up, bro? Salute to everybody in the building. Looking forward to hearing y'all. What do y'all think about the Jack Jones rant he posted? I just found the rant. I've been so freaking busy, and I see it. Sean sent it to me. Shout out Sean Johnson. I have not got a chance to listen to it at all. Not one, nothing of it. So I don't know if I'm trying to pull it up. I think I did find it, but I don't want to play it because it's where it's from. So I don't know if anybody got it, but we'll figure it out. Or if anybody can send it to me, we can get it going and we'll talk about it. We'll just play the audio and talk about it. But yeah, let me get back in the chat. We'll talk about that. But yeah, Joseph, we will talk about that. So Alfredo, what's up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. So what up, bro? Texas DT Devontae Sweat arrested for DWI. Let's go. Maybe he'll drop. Let's see what happens with that. Freddie Chavez, what's up, bro? Salute to you. My 2 cents, what's up? Joseph Barger, what's up? Showing love. Yeah, at first I saw it, I was worried another Chandler Jones on our hands, but I get where he was coming from. Yeah, he's a little different to me. Like, I think he's just still a little bit more hood than anything. But I mean, it's kind of hard to get out of that, and he's still a young guy and stuff like that, young man, developing and shit like that. But how people talk doesn't necessarily mean that's how they move and stuff like that. He's a great football player. And yeah, we'll see what's up too. We'll see what's up with everything that he has to say, bro. Vegetarian, what's going on, bro? He goes, I saved my torta for the show. Hey, bro, we all love tortas. They're good, bro. They're thick. They have a lot of meat, protein. You know what I mean? Bread on both sides, big buns. You can butter them. You can throw.
Gabe over there, looking at his wife.
John Leon, what up, bro? Salute to you, man. SoCal Sound in the building. Alfredo for the $1.99 to Gabe. Hey, Gabe. Hey, what up? Dark Side, what up, bro?
You got $1.99, bro.
OJ in the business. OJ, what's up, bro? What up, bro?
Omar, what's up, fool?
Omar, man. Solid dude. Omar, you got to come on the show, bro. We got to get you set up and come on the show one of these days, brother. Everyone's showing love right now. Who else in the building? Good stuff in the building. What up, bro? Showing love right there. Oh, whoa. A whole room of pendejos. OG, what up, OG? Hopefully you're having a good one, bro.
That's a compliment.
OG, long time, OG.
Yes, sir, OG.
Alfredo, what's cracking, man? Thank you for the $1.99, man.
Yes, sir. OG introduced me to pretty much everybody, gave me the idea of, hey, do your own show. When I first started, he introduced I think all of us to Raider Ray, and then I don't know, is that how you met Raider Ray? Was through the OG thing?
So actually, OG and Jack kind of introduced me to Ray. They kind of they connected the dots, and me and Ray start collabing, and the rest is history. We did a full season last season, and this season, you know, some things happened, but we're still on. You know, it's just we gonna get back to it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, you know what, your guys' show is easy to watch. It's simple. I like the way you guys bounce off each other. You know what I mean? Us hoodlums over here. No, I was playing, but but Ray, I've always liked Ray's approach, the way he goes about it and stuff like that, bro. Shout out Raider Ray, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's good. You know, can't wait till the season actually starts up. You guys get back into it, man. It's fun, bro. I love watching you guys, though. It's like one of the shows that I really, really like watching. You know what I mean? Amongst others. But yeah, shit, getting back into it. Tubby, what up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you have a good one. Auntie Six, the Auntie Six. What up, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you're having a good one. Hopefully you're not working too hard. Another one, Auntie Six. Sorry, he calls me
another one. Oh, I knew you were DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Did we tell you the story about DJ Khaled? So, well, let me tell you the story. We had a group chat, and Gabe was sitting. We're all talking shit, you know, in the group chat. We're you know, talking whatever, and there's a filter with the beard. Because I'm so Mexican, bro, I can't grow this or grow this side. I just grew the mustache, the lowrider mustache. It's all like that, bro. Like, I can't grow nothing else, bro. It's like a little bit of peach fuzz. So, like, these guys got beards, you know, gorgeous beards and shit like that. I can't do it. So they put the filter on me, and they said I look like DJ Khaled. And then it was
another one.
So
another one.
DJ Khaled does or anything, aunties always hit me with that shit. So
that's hilarious. Hey, you gotta work with what you got, man. You gotta work with
you know. Hey, but it works though. It works.
God did.
He the funniest one that he sent me, bro. I was dead laughing, bro. He turned around. There was that meme or something. He goes, "Hey, DJ Khaled, why don't you lose weight?" He was like, "Cause I don't lose."
I never lose.
Another one.
There's another one.
Another one, bro. Shit. But yeah.
How you feeling, man? How you guys feeling, man? Just about anything, man. But Pharaoh, man, I know you haven't been on here in a while, bro. But what are you feeling about the draft coming up, man? Less than 3 weeks away, bro. It's just, man. You know?
I mean, early on, I wanted the Raiders to get aggressive and get a quarterback, but then as time goes by, like reality sets in, it's gonna be tough, bro. It's going to be tough to get one of those quarterbacks. And I don't want the Raiders be the team that gives up the most of all time. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want them to break any records when it comes to giving up, like, I don't know, like the next 10 years in draft picks just to get to number 3 and draft Jaden Daniels, man. And I'm a big Jaden Daniels guy, but I like him. But do I like him enough where you give him 10 years worth of draft picks? You know, we can all.
No.
You get what I'm saying? I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm trying to say, man. Like at the end of the day, like you see teams that are successful around the league, you notice that they do one thing in common, and that's consistently draft well. And it's going to be no different for the Raiders to get back to that long-term success that we want to see them year in, year out. They're going to have to draft well. That's just the bottom line. I know a lot of Raider fans like, oh, we don't need draft picks. You know what I mean? We just messing up anyways. Like
that sounded like me.
Hey, I didn't want to say any names. You know what I mean? But no, I understand it, but to a certain extent, man. I want the Raiders to give up a whole bunch of draft picks. That's my big thing. And I think Tom Telesco, that's why he's there. To be that voice in the room, to be like, you know what? Yeah, we can get aggressive and get that quarterback, but there's going to be a certain point where we're like, nah, we can't do that. So, and then that's where we got to face reality. Who do we pick at 13? What's the backup plan after you can't get that get aggressive at the top of the draft?
Running big tackles,
offensive tackles. You know what I mean? AP is all about being physical. The trenches is where you start. Just the bottom line.
I don't know, Gabe. What you thinking now, bro? What you thinking now? What are you thinking now? Like, 3 days after our last night.
I'm like cemented in my spot. You know my spot. My step. I'm cemented in that one. But like, I understand. The wanting to go away from it. From like, if you have to give them too much away, which I have been. Being big on that as well. Of course, like the question is, what is too big? But at the end of the day, yeah, you don't want to give up. You don't want to be that. That's what, like, especially what Farrell said. Like, you don't want to be the team that breaks the record for most draft picks a lot. Like I've been on recently on like more on the thinking side of, I don't know why, but like it just, I have a feeling that JJ is going to be one of those sneaky pick that's going to be kind of like throw a little wrench in that top 5 type thing, which you might not have to trade up to like maybe top 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, where it costs you a very little bit less, but something that it might take a pick or 2 away from what you're going to have to give away. Like I've been more of the thinking of like we're good right now. I know that we're decent right now, and I think we're better than last year. So like my thinking around it has been is like, okay, if we go into this year with the quarterbacks that we have right now, I think we're gonna be better. You know what I mean? So like regardless of who plays quarterback for us, either if it's Aiden or Minshew, I think we're gonna be better. Like I don't know if we could all agree on that. I think it's gonna be a better situation than last year at the quarterback position, especially with the offensive coordinator finally, that somebody who has a little bit of experience at least. Yeah. So what I mean is like I think we're going to be in a worse situation next year, like to draft. You know what I mean? Like, because I think we're going to win more games. We might be even further back. So, like, if that's going to be like the question again next year, like, you know what I mean? I've only been heavy on the quarterback because it just makes the most sense to me right now. That's the reason why. Like, it kind of like the pieces are there. You know what I mean? But for sure, man. Like, I understand everybody's thinking around you know what I mean? Like you can't mortgage the future.
Yeah, you can't. That's the bottom line. I think that's what's blinding a lot of Raider fans. They're not looking at that aspect of it. They're like, just get the quarterback. Yeah, I want that to happen too, but there got to be a price in your mind that you can't just give up everything just to get a guy that. And that's another thing too. If we can't get Jayden Daniels, does it make sense to trade up for any other quarterback outside of obviously Caleb Williams?
No.
That's another thing too.
That's what I said too, Farrell. I go, what if we move Jayden Daniels gets picked 2nd,
right? And
we move up to 3rd. We got rid of all the picks already, and I go, are we gonna settle with Drake May or JJ McCarthy? I'm not hype on those guys, but.
But I think it's going up now. You know how they're saying that they're making their calls, seeing what it's going to take. They're trying to make pull out feelers to see what it might take or something like that. I think that all depends on like, say they're at 2 or 3. You know what I mean? And like I was talking about earlier, like the Commanders go JJ McCarthy. The Patriots go Drake May. You know what I mean? And Caleb goes first. like then that's what I mean. That's when I think the Raiders really get like they're gonna get like I think they're gonna push the button. You know what I mean? I think that they're gonna be more. I wouldn't say desperate, but more. They'll have. I think they'll have more pressure to move up at that point. You know what I mean? Because then you got a team like Arizona, or you know what I mean, the Chargers, who you might not even trade at for. You really got to be looking out for other teams that are trying to trade up too, because that's the other question. Of course, you know what I mean. There's certainly other teams like Denver, Minnesota, who are going to be, you know what I mean, on the phone calls as well. But I think the homework is being done right now. You know what I mean? So that if a wrench is thrown in there during the draft, you know what I mean, you kind of already have a ballpark of what it might take. And if they're able to drop maybe 4 or 5, 6 possibly, you know what I mean, then I think that's when those talks really get serious. You know what I mean? To try to move up.
Right. Realistically, yeah, it's true. That's true, man. And man, it's and that's another thing too. That trade won't happen until the draft, because you won't know for sure, because we kind of know at this point that the Raiders want to draft Jaden Daniels, or do we? Because we know that AP wants Jaden Daniels, but who does Tom Telesco want? Who does Tom Telesco want?
Yo, G, if you got an IG, hit me up on IG, bro, and I'll send it to you.
I don't know if I'm convinced that they want them. They're interested big time. I figure this, but you re-signed. Then this is where I'm getting at. You re-signed Meredith, got rid of Fluker, haven't re-signed Van Ruten. Hoping that Mumford, steps up. I'm pretty confident in Mumford in his development. Have this guy Wagner that we don't know nothing about, that everybody's thinking he's going to be an all-pro his first year, but he's not. So I'm saying, hey, if they're in a predicament to where do we need to get an offensive lineman? Because Farrell, we've sucked on the right side of the offensive line for at least 8 years, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never done anything about it. Never. We haven't got anybody to solidify that those two positions. Maybe Illuminor did all right, but they've been sucking, and then we just make do, solidify that line, and then you could put Minshew or AOC out there. If that right side of that line, I'm comfortable with the left side. With Parham in there and Miller, I'm cool with that. I'm glad James got re-signed. He knows the offense. He can make the calls for the offensive line. It's just the right side. And then if it goes down to like somebody like Penix, you're gonna need a right side guy.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful, developed guys. You're gonna need. I can't have rookies back there because it's too important on his blind side.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the only reason I'm down on Penix. That's the only reason I'm down on Penix, just because of the right side of our line.
I think he's a great. Penix is good, but the thing is,
make it stronger.
Yeah, he's
make it stronger.
But yeah, we're gonna have to restructure that whole side, and we're not gonna bet it all on Dalton, or Mumford. You know what I mean? Especially with no guard. You know what I mean? If we, so you're telling me that we're gonna get if Penix is the route. We go that way, and then we're going to have to draft a guard or trade for a guard, you know what I mean, to help out Mumford. Or right, and that's not going to work.
I'm not saying Penix is all in all, bro. Whoever we get or whoever we stay with, either way, that right side of that line needs to be addressed.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it sucks. It's been sucking, and it sucks.
But see, another thing too is that, okay, as far as the picks were concerned, not necessarily debating, but kind of just a rebuttal. If we win, those picks are going to be late. So late picks in the first and early second round, bro, that's not really a big loss for us. So the goal is, if we get JD and we turn around and give up 4 picks high round, they're going to be late high round. They're not way up there. Now, if we turn around and we end up with number one overall, that's, obviously bad, but it's not going to. That won't happen with this type of player, and especially with the backup quarterbacks that we got. You know what I'm saying? So taking the shot, and I was saying last time on the show, We go back, bro. It's been when Derek Carr was here. It was 3 years before we drafted another quarterback at all, and that was in the 4th round. And then the last person that we drafted before that was like 9 years, bro. And before that was the number 1 draft overall was Jamarcus Russell. We have not drafted a quarterback in the 1st or 2nd round in years, bro. Years.
Derek Carr.
So that's where it's like the new approach and everything. Look, I look at the Houston Texans, bro. In 2 years, look at what they've done. 1 year, actually, they built up with the coach, the team, the quarterback, and then boom, defensive-minded coach did what he did, drafted number 1 overall, well, 2nd overall, whatever number it was, but top quarterback, whatever not, made that move. However they did it, they have it a little bit easier because they already had the pick. We have to move up. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take that shot and then that's like he's saying, if we win, those picks are in the late 1st round. So are we really missing anything? Because most of the guys
they moved up to get what's his name?
They had 2 1st-round picks, and they drafted Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud.
And then they moved up to get one of them or something because they were like back to back or something like that.
And that's my thing. That's actually a good comparison a little bit because they probably their number 1 player on their board supposedly was reported to be Will Anderson. But since the quarterback value is higher, they traded up and got C.J. Stroud. And then they picked Will Anderson when they, obviously positioned themselves to draft both. But my thing is why it's compared to the Raiders is, do we go quarterback at number 13 if Penix is there and then draft O-line in the 2nd round? Or we draft O-line and then in the 2nd round or try to trade back into the 1st round if Penix is there? And I think that's where Gravy is leaning towards. But what's the chance of the Raiders getting trading back in the 1st round, especially when you got teams like the Saints that might draft a quarterback? Things are not going well with the Saints with Derek Carr. Then you got Seattle, his old offensive coordinator, where he won a Heisman. He's the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Those are teams picking in the 1st round where Penix could come into play for them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the Raiders almost have to take quarterback at 13. If they say this is our guy. They don't have to. No one got a gun to their head, but you know what I mean. Quarterback is such an important position where GMs are sweating.
Cause that could make or break a year, bro. Make or break a actual a contract, bro. Because AP and with the way nowadays is, you know what I mean. People want results now. You know what I mean. It's a results-based league, and even more now. It's so heightened now that you have 2 bad years or a year, and a half, even you've seen it. Case in point with McDaniels, you have a year and a half bad like that, bro. You're already you're being ran out of town by the fan base, by everybody. You know what I mean? So it's you have to this year already, bro. I think there's so much pressure on them because they already have guys that like I've been saying, you know what I mean, kind of guys that are kind of pillars for this team who are not going to stick around too much longer. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, just keeps if obviously it looks like it's going to get better, so they're on board now. But all of that type of stuff can change quick, which that's why I think we can't look the other way on trying to get our franchise guy here, bro.
Yeah. And the thing is too, and another reason why you can compare it to the Houston Texans, I know different spots in the draft, we can't compare. They had 2 1st-round picks, but it's kind of similar in that they got a defensive head coach, 1st-year head coach. They were aggressive in getting a quarterback. The defense played well. Young rookie QB, boom, playoffs. It can happen that easy.
Yep.
But the Raiders got to make the right moves.
Well, think about what they did. They had somewhat of a defensive mind. They have a defensive-minded coach. They picked up Will Anderson to add to that defensive end. We got our defensive end. They had a defensive tackle. We just got our defensive tackle. Now we got the rest of the line's already pretty much lined up on the defensive side of the ball. So that side's pretty suffice, besides maybe another corner that we can draft, or hopefully Bennett develops, or we bring somebody like a Gilmore or Xavier Howard just to give that veteran presence. You know what I'm saying? and then you turn around, maybe draft a linebacker. We need a running back. You know what I'm saying? So you can't give up a lot. You know what I mean? You still need at least a 3rd round pick. You see what I mean? So it's like if we move, it's like it's just perfect. It just seems like that's what the transition is. They say it's like I was saying this last week on Thursday. They say it's a copycat league, bro. Why don't you copy the shit that motherfuckers are actually doing? And every analysis and everything, now what I'm saying is a lot of analysis, they're turning around saying that a defensive-minded coach cannot go to the Super Bowl. It's an offensive league. But what stops the offense? Defense. And there's very few defensive-minded coaches. So if the defense is there, hey, Houston's defense was good. You know what I'm saying? They turn around, they put up a lot of numbers. They were up there. I think they were top 10, I believe. You know what I mean? So look at that. That's something that you would want. And what they do, they went and stretched out and did what they had to do. They had a little bit of a bargain chip with fucking Watson because they could trade him and got all those picks from Cleveland and all that shit, right? So, but they took the shot and they developed it the right way. All we're doing is taking a shot for one player. You know what I mean? They turned around, did it, and got 2 players. We already got 2 good defensive players that we need. That's going to basically – be havoc for any other offense that we're facing, that which, Jones is going to eat. You know what I mean? JJ is going to eat. Jack Jones is going to eat. You know what I mean? And all these other, Hobbs is going to eat. Huh?
I said we got to talk about him in a second because he went crazy today.
Yeah. I seen some of that shit, bro. If you got it, bro, that'll be great. Anything, or I'll try to pull some shit up. But yeah, bro. You
got to realize, Lo. You got to realize, Lo, what Houston did, dude. They hit on their 2 drives. They got the defensive rookie of the year and then the offensive rookie of the year. Who does that? That I don't think that's ever happened.
All we need is the offensive rookie of the year. All we need at this point is the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah. We get a quarterback. We get a quarterback first, or go up to get a quarterback. I want that motherfucker to be offensive rookie of the year. That's what I want. I don't want him to sit around and wait a year and have all these excuses. Just like AOC had, give him another year bullshit. You get picked 4th or 3rd, or we move up to get you. You starting, and you better get a whiff of that defense and go out there. Because I ain't gonna be hearing that bullshit that, give him a year. Man, come on, man.
Yeah. No, and it's funny too, because you said that this never really been done before with a rookie. It's actually been done before. We've seen young quarterbacks play with talented defenses and win. You know what I mean? I think the winning formula is to get a quarterback on a rookie deal and build around him.
Ben Roethlisberger did it in his rookie year.
Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, obviously Mahomes had early success. He was playing on a rookie deal. Herbert,
he had a year to sit though, so but still.
Yeah, but he was still a young quarterback on a rookie deal, and they were able to build around him. For years they were one of the most talented offenses in the NFL until Mahomes got paid, and then Tyreek Hill had to get traded, and you know what I'm saying, and they had to reload on offense, and then the defense became the defense became the forefront for that team. But we could look at a lot of young quarterbacks. I think that if the Raiders can get a rookie but technically they do have a rookie on a rookie deal, and that's AOC. But come on, if we want to be honest, Raider Nation, come on, man, like high end backup. I think that's
talking about that, bro. People think I shitting on them or shit,
bro. Come on, man. Let's be real, man. Like, stop. I know Raider Nation. We get excited for anybody that plays well for the Raiders.
Well, Farrell, he only started 5 games with not a real offensive coordinator. His coach got fired, and he in 1 year of his starting experience beat Tom Brady's 2nd year, and he's better. He has better stats than Mahomes' 1st year in 5 games or something like that. That's the shit I tell him. I go, you can't bring up those dudes. You can't bring up those dudes against AOC.
But why do the Raiders have to be behind when the rest of the league is ahead when it comes to that quarterback position? Today's quarterback, you gotta be able to move. You don't have to run for 1,000 yards like Lamar Jackson. Just be able to get some first downs and to make the defense pay. We can't do that with AOC. We can't do it.
At this point, as a rookie, I still have faith in him because he's a Raider, regardless, whatever. But at this point, if we go JD5, he's number 3. Bottom line.
Hell no.
No. If we go get JD5, we go get JD.
AOC 3.
Oh, AOC 3.
Yeah, AOC ain't even gonna be Minshew.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to really look at. So the backup play. See, this is the thing. I was saying this too. If we turn around and go get I like Minshew because the simple fact is he can play the RPO. What does Jaden Daniels do? Play the RPO. What was Getsy's system? He can run the RPO because of the style of quarterback that he got. Minshew can actually do that. So if anything, per se, were to happen to Jaden, it won't be that fall off. It won't be a big fall off on the offensive side of the ball on the game plan of what we're doing. Because Minshew moves. You know what I'm saying? He's not as athletically, proven or athletically available as Jaden is. You know what I'm saying? But he can make those plays. So the fall off will be AOC because he's a statue. Got a great arm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to knock nothing. And what he did coming in, bro, amazing. For being a rookie and doing all the shit that I'm saying for the situation. Right? So
I'm responding to a comment.
Yeah,
but
hey man, it's not always towards you, Lo. I don't know. I think it
is, we fight too much, bro. We gotta talk, bro. We gotta let's talk.
No, you just assume that I'm saying I go like this and it's you. I'm responding to somebody talking. My bad, I won't do that.
I just think it's gonna take too much improvement from AOC, dog, for us to have a quarterback where we want him to be at. You know what I mean? For him to actually be catching up to the rest of the year. I don't doubt he could probably be, decent or, above decent, one day, you know what I mean? But I certainly don't think it's going to be this year. He's just he's an older dude with just, he's just limited in what he could do. That's basically what it is, bro. He's just limited in what he could do. And it's going to be I want to get, I hear people saying, I want to give him a shot. You know what I mean? He's only been 1 year, but it's fuck, man. Are we really banking on that? Are we going to bank on, well, let's give him a shot. Maybe he breaks out, maybe we hit the lottery. You know what I mean? It's come on, man. We can't, I understand that, you're taking the almost, not same type of risk because obviously you're getting a better talent. Obviously, that's why he's, first round type of grade. But if you go now, you're not taking such a bigger risk, and I think it actually gives you more time because they try to go with AOC again. The question next season, if he doesn't improve to where we want, dog, is going to be he had a chance to go grab a quarterback maybe, and they didn't. That's going to be something that's going to be held against him, dog. And it's I just think that if he goes to get a quarterback, that even gives him a little bit of grace time because they say they go back to that question. They could go back to that question oh, you know what? He was a rookie. Let him develop. So I just think that even buys him more time, even just like that. These coaches ain't dumb, dog. And I know it's his first time. He wants to buy as much time as possible. So I don't know. It could be a detriment if he stays with AOC. That's what I'm saying. Because it could be,
Yeah, no, I agree. And I said that before too myself. Great minds think alike. It does buy him some time. I was surprised that McDaniels didn't get aggressive to get a quarterback because it would have bought him more time. But that's a whole different conversation. He's in the past. But I'm gonna respond to Chuck's comment right here, where he says, "Yeah, I say the sample size of AOC isn't enough to say what he can't do. Definitely. However, if we end up with Jaden Daniels, then we all know AOC's time will expire soon. My thing is at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed next season. It doesn't matter what team, nothing is guaranteed. But what teams do before the season, just like in life, you wanna increase the probability of success, right? And do you think AOC at quarterback, is that increasing the odds for the Raiders to win next season? I don't think so. When we can clearly see that there's better options at QB, and that's the most important position on a football field. I don't think AOC is that guy for the Raiders where you can say, oh yeah, confidently he should be the week 1 starter for the Raiders. I think there's more than enough time for the Raiders to figure out that plan at quarterback, and it starts in the draft. I think if they can't get Jaden Daniels, I do like Michael Penix Jr. I want to hear y'all thoughts about it, man. I know y'all talk about it a lot on the show. That's been a hot topic lately. Raider Nation, what are your thoughts on Penix Jr.? Gravy?
Well, first of all, we're back on this AOC thing. I think our coach needs to stop saying that. Farrell, he's over here saying it's AOC's job to lose. It's AOC's job to lose. And does he think we're stupid or something? Do we think that we're so not knowledgeable?
He's learning on the job. He's learning on the job.
No, I just think also
the
that
first thing is
you have to give
up a quarterback and get
but you have to give that guy some confidence. But you have to give that guy some type of confidence, like because AP probably knows already that, like, if anything, AOC is probably going to be, the one with the least. I think he's probably going to be, at the back of the line when it comes to it, especially if we end up, drafting a quarterback in the first round. He's most likely going to be seen as the third quarterback anyway, right? So I just think he has to try to build some type of confidence in him. You know what I mean? Like he can't be like, oh no, I'm sorry, bro. You know what I mean? Fuck, like, hey, I'm sorry, we drafted a quarterback now. Like, you just give up. Give up. You know what I mean? Like, can't do that.
I think it is too. You know what I think it is too? It's because all offseason, anything AP could talk about or make it obvious is that he wanted Jaden Daniels on the
Rams. Yeah.
And I think he made it so obvious. I don't know, Telesco, who we barely hear from, probably pulled him to the side. It was like, hey, bro, if you want to get this quarterback, you got to stop talking about him. Because he was making it way too obvious that he wanted Jaden Daniels. Now the whole league knows. Now it's just, come on, you got to play chess, not checkers. So I think now AP's trying to cover up his tracks a little bit. He doesn't want people predicting what he wants, who he wants, because he's seen how everybody reacted to him wanting Jaden Daniels. Because now at this point, we know that he wants Jaden Daniels, but now he wants us to believe, which is, Gravy, I agree, is an insult to our intelligence to think that AOC, his guy, is number one. But he made slick remarks, though. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to interviews. He's made slick remarks like, well, he'll look at the camera like, we all know that AOC ain't the guy to run. He's not a runner. We all know that. You know what I mean? When you say stuff like that and then you start talking quarterbacks, what you're telling me is you want a running quarterback at that position. That's what you're telling me.
Yep.
But
he playing both sides though, because he said in the beginning he was saying, "Oh, I love Jaden Daniels. We're gonna try everything we can to move up and go get the boy." Oh yeah, but it's AOC's job to lose. Jaden Daniels comes into this team. AOC's pretty much, you ain't gonna hear the dude. I'll tell you that for damn sure.
Alfredo saying I'm with Loon. Shout out Loon, bro. He says just take what we want. I agree on that one.
But to answer your question, Farrell, about Michael Penix, at 13, we're there and he's there at 13.
No.
Then I'll be cool with it, because I seen Gabe put some light to me and told me that Bo Nix, it doesn't look like he's motivated to or loves football that much, bro. That's what I got out of that. And Penix is changing times. He has a weird throwing motion, but he's successful with it. He's been doing it since he was in the 8th grade.
Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. So it can be, why fix it? It's not as bad as like Tim Tebow's or anything like that, where it's gonna be take so long for him to get rid of the ball that it's gonna affect make a sack happen or something like that. So Penix would be the ideal pick, because I think his stock moved up a little bit more because of his pro day. And I concentrate more on pro days than I do the combine, because the combine's a shit show to me, But pro days is better because they're more comfortable. They do what coaches want to add, all that stuff. But I would take Penix, but people want to bring up his injuries. I'm with AV. He didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt in 2 years with those injuries. Why are you worried about him now when the guy at Washington wasn't? And the guy at Washington we know very well because he was a coach at Fresno State before he went to Washington.
Mhm.
So we, the bar we know him good now. He's at Alabama now, so obviously he was a good ass coach. But anyways, what the board's problem was he was asked low about his delivery, and they said he's always had it. He won't change it, or he'll always go back to it. So if a quarterback has a natural throwing motion, people could say, well, that's not the. Tom Brady throws the ball beautiful. Peyton Manning had the most beautiful. The guy that threw the ball the best to me ever was Andrew Luck. He had everything right, but guys are different. They get taught different. They feel things differently. They have big old hands. They have, I don't know. It's different, but he obviously it works well for him.
Right.
But so if he's there at 13, and we make a move to go back, and he's still there, then I would give Michael Penix. Because I know he's freaking tough because he played Texas and that Texas defense was mean and he destroyed Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Look what he did to Texas, and then go back and see Michigan. And I'm the type of guy that I always say that, forget college tape now. It's all about the pros now, bro. But when you're assessing to draft them, look at Texas and look at Michigan, and that's two different players right there. He destroyed Texas, and they had the second best defense in college football. And then he played against the best, got roughed up, and then got back up, man. Got back up and balled out. So that's the type of quarterback I think we need.
Okay.
It's like that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
high on Penix.
Yeah. Okay. You're high on Penix, and the thing is, I think the Raiders will be ready to draft him, because another thing that no one really is talking about is how did Tom Telesco get the job at GM? Because he had a better plan at quarterback. How are they going to get their quarterback of the future? And I think that was a big question. Beat writers were reporting that was a big question in all the coaches interviews, or not the coaches interviews, but the GM interviews, was how are you going to attack that quarterback position? How are you going to find that franchise guy? And we all thought Champ Kelly was going to be the GM. Like, we thought Champ and AP, but then it ended up being Telesco. The experienced GM comes from behind and gets the GM job because he has a better plan at getting that quarterback position. So it's kind of like we kind of can predict what the Raiders are going to be doing in the draft, and they're going to be trying to get their quarterback. It's just a matter of who.
So
how do we know that? How do you know that?
Let me answer the question too.
Raider Romero's question.
Yeah.
What left-handed quarterback at there? Did he Derek Carr in college? Was it?
He must have been throwing a football to Devontae in the backyard or something. I don't know. He might, from back in the day.
And Romero was there. Receivers don't like lefties, but some do. Some could catch anything. Yeah, I think a guy like
I think DA can catch anything. You know what I mean?
Hey, but hey, we can also say, not to cut you off, Dirty. It's just at the end of the day, like, look at the receivers that he played with at college. Two productive receivers. The receivers that played with them were really productive. And when they were asked, what did you like about Penix? He throws a catchable football. He's accurate. These are things that the receivers are mentioning about him. I know there were his receivers in college, but at the same time, like, the words and action, meaning the results of their play, their stats that they put up, it's right there for you to see. So, at the end of the day, man, I don't know. It's really up to Luke Getsy, their offensive coaching staff, Tom Telesco, who the right quarterback is for this team. But hey, the good thing is there's going to be a lot of different options Raiders can choose from. It's just a matter of like trying to get to that spot to draft a quarterback, because they might have to trade up too. They might have to trade up.
So think about it like this. We're worried about the picks that we're going to give up, right? Everyone's saying we're going to give up 3 picks, right? No, we're not. We're actually trading this pick for this year. You know what I mean? We're just switching spots. There may be 2 more picks, right? So say if we go Penix at 13, right? Fuck it. We go Penix at 13. We don't have a right tackle. So guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to hope that we can draft a right tackle or trade for one and still give up picks. Or give up something that they're going to want that's going to lessen what we need.
Right.
So one way or another, if we go in the Penix, and I'm not saying he's not good. Let me get this straight to everybody. I like Penix. I don't care that he's left-handed. Tua is pretty good, but you know what I mean? If we end up losing, picks for a possibility, you see what I'm saying? With that right side, because that right side is going to have to be solidified. We got the left side. We're not going to ask Colton Miller to come to the right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he can't do it, but with his shoulder injuries and now he's being a little bit older, that's not really going to develop right. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to take almost a bigger risk to protect that right side. So it's going to kind of even out if we're going to go that route.
Or you could get offensive linemen.
Well, listen, say we sit back, go get our guard
later,
and then get Penix later, or wait till like the 4th round, 3rd round to maybe go pick up, Travis. I'm just saying, it's still a fucking risk. Overall, it's still a risk. But so the possibility, because JD's never really been injured. And then you look at Penix, he's a super senior, 6 years in college. Those years, and he's coming a little bit older, a little bit seasoned, we already have an older seasoned quarterback. So, you know what I mean? That was 8 years in college. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, we're going to cut it down by 2. Because, he was redshirted for like 2 years. He didn't start. And then I think
he was in college for 8 years?
I think so. Something like that. Something. I might be wrong.
Make a movie on AOC, bro. They got to make a movie on AOC.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is,
AOC was in college for 8 years, bro.
Okay, so I was right. So what I'm saying is, why not go for the possible, or go for something that our head coach is known and was there to help draft him, kind of groom him, knows his tendencies, knows what he needs, and even if Luke Getsy does whatever he does, JD is a good player. He can make some shit happen. So if the play breaks down, then we're going to see that Getsy shit was wrong. And then if Fields decides to just go off, you know what I'm saying? If Fields decides to go off, then, you know what I mean? Then we're going to say, hey, it was Getsy's problem. It was Getsy's fault. You know what I mean? He didn't have that. But that's neither here or there, but that's the biggest thing. But see, if JD turn around comes in and he has the same production or better, then Getsy's offense works and it's cool. But if you really, really deep dive and do all that, it's too much of a risk for Telesco to have this history of him not going up, to just stay where he's at, and just to be like business as usual.
Him or AP won't be there to see JD develop when it's all over with, it's said and done.
Yeah, and then somebody said right here, Mumford is still young as fuck. Chuck, I agree with you, bro. He's young, but he's a third round pick that has to develop, and he's going into his third year.
Right? Mumford was a 7th round pick.
A 7th round pick?
6th or 7th round pick. Yeah. Marijuana. Anyways,
Mumford's developing, bro. He's holding his own up in there.
Right,
but he's doing really good.
He's holding his own. Great. I like Mumford. I like his size. I like the development. But to have a left-handed quarterback, to still have this guy develop with nobody really in front of him to show him the ropes, to give him that, because he's a 7th round pick. So obviously you need another right tackle to show you. And yes, he learned some good things from Luminor, because Luminor had to go to the left side for a couple games, and he did do a good job. I'm not knocking him at all. But to put a number 1 pick that we're going to look at, just like the Tyree thing, because whatever, I'm just using that as an example, to be like, damn, we're going to sit here and have a 7th round pick and a guard that's probably going to be coming off the bench, coming off of injuries or whatever or not. If we draft, or a rookie that's going to have to develop over a guy that's actually developing on the right side.
Cheers.
It's hard, bro. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to call that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially you're going to put all your eggs in one basket for somebody that's left-handed that needs that right side covered. And you're going to end up losing the same amount of picks that you're going to go and try to go for the guy that you know that could be successful. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And I think going back to when I said earlier, I was like, hey, Penix, you draft the best O-tackle on the board and then try to trade up and get a first round and try to draft Penix. But my thing is look, you can draft Penix at 13 and maybe trade back into the first round and get the top tackle on the board. Because if the Raiders are doing their job right, if someone in the building is doing their job right, they're gonna have their own mock draft, and they're gonna know what teams are gonna be looking for and if they feel like Penix will go off the board earlier rather than offensive tackle, then they can just draft Penix at 13 and draft into the first round and get whoever they feel like they can get at that right tackle spot, instead of waiting for Penix to be there and then trying to fight off some other teams that want a quarterback as well. Because we all know that quarterback position is highly valuable, highly valuable. And I had something else to say, man, but I lost my train of thought, man. But yeah, I wanted to say something about you said something that was important in what you were saying.
You see, low, you mess everybody all up.
I mean, I think
it was that joke you said that had me dying, bro. I think you lost my
I joke so much, bro. I try to, you know what I mean? But it's like, my bad. I didn't mean to throw you off.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. But yeah, Penix at 13, man. That's all y'all need to know. Penix at 13.
Penix at 13.
I don't think so. I think we get an offensive lineman and then move up, which will be way less than what we did if we did to, I don't know, Gabe's not going to agree with this. We never have. We started from the jump 2 months ago with Gabe saying, fuck the pigs. I disagreed from 2 months ago. No, we can't do that. But the thing is that then we move up. It's going to be less picks or anything for then moving up to get Jaden Daniels, and then we could get our Penix there or whatever. We can move up to 20s. It's just, we don't know. Shit. She might end up with that sorry ass Milton kid. I don't know what the hell's in.
You ain't going Milton. Shout out Gam, bro.
I remember what I was gonna say. So it has something to do with Penix. And you mentioned this, Lo. You said, hey, look, you were like, we all know that Penix had the injury history. And this is the one thing I want to address about the injury history. And just hear me out.
Okay.
We all know that Penix in college, he played 6 years. 4 of those 6 years, he got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We understand that. But in those 4 years that he got hurt, he had a completely different play style in Indiana. He was more of a running quarterback. But guess what? Guess what happened in college? That tends to happen to players who develop. They grow. And they realize, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't play like that. The last 2 years, what did he do? What did he do with Washington? He became a complete, I won't say complete, but more of a pocket passer.
Right.
So he's learning and growing as a player. And isn't that a type of quarterback that you would like to come out of college? A guy that can throw from the pocket, but also have some athletic ability, which he showed on his pro day, which Gravy said is what he wants to pay attention to, is the pro day. It's very important. He ran like a 4.5, 36-inch vert. People who had questions about his knees, his ACL. Hey, he looked pretty explosive.
Because
he was pretty athletic.
That's what I was talking about with them too. That I think a couple weeks ago too. And we've kind of been saying it too on the show too. Like that. Even though his injuries are tough. Like that's tough to like overlook. You know what I mean? His injuries and stuff like that. But like you said, the best thing about it is that you at least get 2 years of his last 2 years of football are basically, uninjured. He's been on the field, pretty much every game. You know what I mean? Other than, I know that he looked a little bit gimpy coming up after that national championship towards the end with the shoulder and stuff like that. But it looked like, that's I think that's just behind us. That was just a mute point. But especially, after he showed that he's pretty healthy, throwing the ball, in this pro day. So I like that part of it. I like the part that he is a little older. Him, Bo, and Jaden Daniels are actually all born in the same year in 2000. Just it's basically months that separate them. One's in December, baby. One's like a April or July baby, and the other one's like a February baby. So they're almost a year apart, but like at the end of the day, but they're all born in the same year, dog, in 2000. So I wouldn't put that too much, above everybody. I think they're all three of those guys have good cases of, of having some good experience, I guess, which you would say, like at least having a good experience in college. All of them transferring.
I think
The
we
only
all.
thing is
Oh,
that
yeah,
the only thing bad, bro, is he's a lefty. That's the
That's
only thing.
no, that's
you
what I
know.
was getting to. That's what I was gonna get to. That's the only thing that kind of has me iffy, because if you look at the other day, I was saying, Bo Nix, I would go probably Bo Nix. I mean, I think for like a couple weeks there, I was saying like I would probably go Bo Nix over Penix, but I'm a big type of guy into reading into other shit. I know, like, especially when it's so close, you know what I mean, on the football field, like, you can kind of split hairs between the two guys. They both got, good attributes. They both got, intangibles and shit like that. But I just hate his last interview that he had. I forgot who it was with. I think it was Albert Breer. I don't know who it was with, but Bo Nix was talking about, like, dude, there was too much pressure in the South and the SEC and stuff like that. I don't know, like, I just don't.
It's on me.
I don't like that, bro. I just don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that attitude, and you know what I mean.
He's pointing the fingers. He's pointing the fingers. No accountability. We've already seen that in a quarterback that played for us. I ain't gonna say what his name was.
It sounds like Derek Carr. It sounds like Derek Carr pointing the fingers, but it's on me. It's pointing fingers, but it's on me. You know what I mean? But really, it was this guy.
Well, I threw it to Waller. That's what you guys wanted, right? I threw it to Waller, but it was on me. Waller got the ball. Remember that shit? Waller got his catches, right?
He ran the wrong route, but it's on me. It's on me.
That's why recently I put Penix over. I shot Penix back over fucking Nix for sure, bro. Like,
yeah,
that was like me. Even though he's left-handed, I would still take Penix over him right now.
I seen these as we're bullshitting. I like Luis and Matt Marinovich kind of have the same kind of take right here. Luis, shout out Couch. I've never seen you around here, bro. Go to subscribe, RaiderNationLive, Coach Gravy for Greater Gate 420, and at Pharaoh. I would trade down for Troy Futanu. I don't want to butcher that name, bro, so I'm not even gonna try.
Futanu. An offensive line. He's offensive line.
And like AP said though, he can't let any evil in the building, bro. That sounds like already some evil. Fuck that shit.
So if we were to do this to solidify the right side, it's still a rookie that's available. That's going to be good. That's going to be good and solidify that right side. But it's still a rookie that has to develop. It's a different game. So I do agree with that. But trade up for him, that'll be good too. But we're still giving up picks. One way or
trade down.
Give up picks to move up. Not as many.
You trade down to get Troy Futanu.
Trade down to get then
you get picks. You get picks.
They might draft
Matt Marinovich. If Denver gets Nix is doomed. I don't think he can handle Sean Payton.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. But see, then the trade for picks. So yeah.
How's Alfredo doing?
Jason, what's up, bro? Salute to you, bro.
Shout out to the one at 17 in the chat, bro. That's good, man. Keep it up.
Raider P, what up, bro? Breaking news. 18 days in a wake up. 17 days in a wake up. Let's go.
18 days, bro. That's around the corner, bro. That's around the corner. Like, there's so much shit happening behind the scenes right now as we speak, dog. It's just like none of these guys are gonna get any type of sleep, in these next couple weeks. But that's how I want to have my fucking, a fucking owner and GM and my head coach, all of them motherfuckers, dog. Like, hopefully, that accounts to why we hit on this draft. You know what I mean? So one way or another, that's the most important thing. I think that's one thing we could all agree on is just hitting on our picks, dog. Like that's the most I think that we have to do, because that's been our Achilles heel. You know what I mean? In the last decade or more. And I mean, drafting. We're the worst team by far in drafting. We're the worst team. So it's like, that's the most important at the end of the day. We got to get that shit right. We got to start drafting and keeping draft picks. You know what I mean?
Right. And Luis, man, I the Raiders were at the Washington Pro Day, and James Craig was there at the offensive. At the Pro Day, so he probably could have been looking at Troy Futanu, left tackle, in college for the Washington Huskies, and he's a left tackle, but there might be some versatility that can move him to the right side. Athletic, can play in that zone blocking system, which the Raiders are going to play next year. So it could be definitely be a guy that the Raiders can actually draft at number 13.
Let me read this real quick. So I was trying to find the full right now as you put this up, Chuck. He's saying right here, so the graphic on Twitter from a doctor showed the probability of him re-injuring wrist. That's like 70%, bro. Listen, I completely agree, but what's the percentage of people getting injured in the NFL right now? Anybody can get injured at any fucking time. So regardless of whatever, but that history just makes it. Him running is cool, bro. I get it. You know what I mean? I understand he ran that 4.4 or 4.6 or whatever. Not great, cool, but if he's running out of bounds, like Gravy was saying, and then he slipped on something that's wet, and then boom, it's gone. That's exactly how he got hurt. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the dumb shit. Look at what's the name, who got injured in the Super Bowl. He went out all pumped up, looked like he was on one, and popped his knee right there, bro. Come on, you know what I mean? There's really no signs of him having a lot of injuries. You see what I'm saying? So it's like anybody can get hurt. It's any given Sunday or Thursday or Monday. You know what I mean? But the history is kind of alarming. That's like
it's true.
Dating a chick with like 5 kids and 6 baby dads. You know what I mean? It's there's something there. There's something wrong, bro. It doesn't add up. A bad analogy.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't no wrong with that.
I understand what you're saying. Hello. The math ain't
That's red flag. Gravy. That's red flag,
bro. That's like a flag, bro. That's a new shade of red that hasn't even came out yet.
Fire red.
Ain't no wrong having what's wrong with having 6 kids?
By 6 different baby dads, by 5 different baby daddies?
Yeah, no. 5 kids by 6 different baby daddies, bro. The math ain't math.
That's not even possible when it's happening.
Yeah, and it's happening.
Hey, you know what about going back to what Chuck said about the seeing something that said he would injure he'll re-injure whatever. It's 70%. For like it was like what a 70% rate. Look, at the end of the day, the Raiders have their own team doctors, and if the team doctors are saying that, hey, this guy's gonna hurt it again, I'm sure they're not gonna draft him. Look what Mike Mayock actually said in a recent interview with John Middlecoff. Check it out. He actually one of the things he said was it was like an offensive guard, I believe, that they wanted to. He plays actually for the Chiefs, and he was there around the 5th or 6th round. And John Gruden and Mike Mayock wanted to draft him. I forgot the name of the offensive lineman for the Chiefs. Someone might know in the chat, but the Raiders really wanted to draft him, and he's current starter for the Chiefs as well. So if you look at it from that perspective, the Raiders doctors at the time, they were like, well, I forgot what they said. They told Mike Mayock that they do not draft this guy. He had like a heart issue. Do not draft this guy. The Chiefs end up drafting him, and he's like he's been holding down the starting job since he got drafted. I forgot the name of the offensive. It was an offensive guard, I believe. Yeah, it was a heart issue, Rick. Let me pull up the name real quick. But it was a starting guard for the Chiefs. Hold on, let me see.
Well, remember even Mo Hurst had that issue. We picked him, but I mean, we ended up letting him go, and he actually is doing fucking decent in Cleveland. You know what I mean?
That's coaching. That's coaching, bro. Mm-hmm. That's coaching. Another coaching staff can use a former Raider player, and they get production out of him. Come on, bro. That's coaching.
Yep.
It all depends on the player and stuff like that, but people get rolled up, people get knocked out. It's a violent game, bro. It's a game. It's one of those games, bro. You know what I mean? But shout out to 805 Raider Dan 24. He said, what did he say? He said something up here. I'm sorry.
Trey Smith.
Oh yeah. He said right here, so you guys act like Penix is even going to be available in round 2. So it's like we're almost being forced into something, and we don't want to even move up for a good quarterback. We're talking about a guy 6 years in the league with injuries, 4 out of the year, more than 50%. That's what 70% of his career, or what fucking 60% of his career, he's injured. So it's pretty bad, bro.
That's why you get his protection in the first freaking round, and then go move up and draft the dude close to where you drafted the offensive lineman at.
Hey, Charles, Washington, straight up, yeah. Now we're listening to Mac Mayock. You remember he did pick Leatherwood, but yet, didn't he have 2 years drafting?
Hey, he picked that stupid ass corner too.
That was John Gruden, right? That was John Gruden. And if you look at that, all we were talking about on Thursday, he had We had Nate Hobbs, Malcolm Kuntz, Divine Diablo, and Max Crosby all in that draft.
Ooh.
So yeah, so right there. So yeah, I think Mayock knew what he was doing, but then that Gruden shit, and I didn't really even hear it. I don't know if they. I don't even think. I think they're still good friends. So I don't think he really threw him on the bus. I have to listen. I don't want to say. If you guys know, then yeah, possibly.
He didn't, but he just
danced around it. But basically,
he danced around it. Hated. Also, you had DJ
Arnett was on him.
John Abrams. Jonathan Abrams, you had Leatherwood, you had the special teams war daddy, the guy we got rid of. What was his stupid name? The special teams the kid we got traded in Miami. He's supposed to be the super Arnett. That was even worse. He got Ruggs. He got, it's just as you could say, hey, he got Max and all these people. He did some stupid ass shit too.
Nah, Ruggs. I'm gonna give him credit for Ruggs. I'm gonna give Gruden and Mike Mayock credit for Ruggs. I thought he was gonna be a good player. It's just
he was on his way.
Maybe if Gruden was still coaching, maybe Ruggs wouldn't be out that Tuesday night. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I think that. But still, the pick is still considered an unsuccessful pick because look what he did.
Yeah, the result, but that's one of those. There's an asterisk. You know what I mean? You got a little context because we all knew that he had talent.
Ain't no asterisk, bro. If you kill somebody.
No, I'm not talking about that. You taking all the way left field. What I'm saying is that he's out the league for a different reason.
Bad pick then.
Yeah, I don't know. You just said in the same breath. You said Mike Mayock had Max Crosby. He had all these other players that he got later
That's
round.
Lowe's breath. Those are Lowe's breaths.
Yeah.
I said all the bad.
I think we should all agree that those were good picks. You not agree?
They're pillars of our team right now.
But then instead of giving them all that praise, look who we picked too, though.
Yeah,
Farrell, John Abrams, DJ Hayden. All these other guys.
DJ Hayden wasn't there for DJ Hayden.
No, he had the DJ, the other DJ BJ. I don't know what that man's stupid name.
Damon Arnett. Arnett was a bad pick. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the first round. Obviously, the first round picks. Hey, look. At the end of the day, like that's what you get for hiring a guy off TV. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, that there's a risk with that. He didn't have the. He definitely had a football background. I'm not going to take that away from him, but at the same time, John Gruden wanted a guy in the building that he could pretty much have 100% power over, and Mike Mayock took the job, and that came with some crazy picks. Yeah, RIP DJ Hayden, man.
Yeah. Oh, I said we haven't had coaches in the house longer than 3 years for the last decade. You can't develop players like that. That is true. Yeah, RP, man. Fucking young DB, man. RP, man.
David Arnett wasn't even the best DB on his squad, and he had Ohio State
at all. And they felt like reaches. Oh, Cleveland Farrell was in that mix too. It was the number one draft pick. Cleveland Farrell, John Abrams, and freaking.
Did any of those corners pan out though? Even the one I know that we didn't pick the right one, Damon Arnett. Don't get me wrong.
Okuda got shipped out. Okuda. He has injuries.
No, yeah, but he's had some good years. So I wouldn't say like that he's had a bad year. So
Okuda was the best one that came out of Ohio State that year. Hayden got.
Hey, I agree, Severe. I'm with you.
Ruggs would have been the second best receiver in the draft behind Jettas.
Bro, the talent was there, and I was
not a terrible decision. For sure. Fucking Ruggs was the shit, bro. Ruggs was starting to come into his own. Ruggs was starting to come into his own like no other, bro. Like he was starting to become a star in this league to where like he was making Carr look good.
Yeah,
bro, he was making Carr look good, and
man, respectfully, Carr has a good deep ball. So you get anybody that can outrun anybody, bro. You give
got a good deep
young
ball.
Derek Carr. You give young Derek Carr, a fucking
young Derek.
What I mean though is like he was already starting to get his routes down too. Like with that, and he was starting to get his like being like is just his awareness on the field to where like he was able to start like getting those sideline catches, like with his feet, like knowing where his feet were at, like he was getting a lot better, dog. Like it was unfortunate what happened to him. Like, and I ain't fucking, will never fucking say, poor thing. You know what I mean? Because he made a fucked up decision. You know what I mean? Made a fucked up decision, took a terrible decision, but he was coming into his own, bro, for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Man. That's tragic. Just whatever, man. That's.
Now he's getting a salad tossed by a Latino Mandingo in the joint.
God damn.
Uncomfortable. No did he?
No, did he?
He catching them balls all right.
Rick,
damn.
That's in hindsight, though, bro. I know CeeDee Lamb balled last year. I know CeeDee Lamb balled last year. Don't get me wrong, but you give Ruggs another 3 years too from where he was already at. He's on that same level to me.
Yeah. If he didn't, I see him and CeeDee Lamb would have been neck and neck.
The progression,
you guys are crazy.
The progression that Ruggs was showing, he would already been that good.
CD was already balling rookie season.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
CD was having problems with like the most drops as a rookie and all of that
more
shit.
More than Ruggs? More than Ruggs not playing?
Yeah.
We didn't get drops. When he started playing, he wasn't getting the same amount of drops. So
I think Ruggs was more talented than him, but I mean, obviously we've seen more finished product with CeeDee Lamb, but we can't see that with Ruggs, obviously. But I'm just saying, like the talent.
3 years later.
Come on, man. It was easy to see. It's easy to see on a football field, but it is what it is.
He was starting to separate.
Ruggs had that speed that was gone speed, but
nah, it was his combination of speed and 40-inch vertical, and he was physical too.
He jumped. He
run routes, bro, and he was just starting to learn how
to attack the ball in the air too, bro.
You know what I mean? The craft of running routes, like, oh my god, if you would have just imagine if they would have traded for DA while him still there, like his routes would have gotten so much even better. Like that's why I'm saying, like, if we would have had him, and like unfortunately, what happened. But like I believed in Ruggs' talent for sure.
Yeah. When the draft was coming up with these,
that's not even fucking something we should talk
about. I was leaning towards Lamb, but I don't know. Raiders Lamb just didn't feel right. Like I was leaning, but I was good with Ruggs. I was way happy with that pick.
Ruggs was not supposed to go in the first round, dude. Not supposed to go in the first round.
But he was
one of the three receivers that were talked about like throughout the draft process.
Not that high. Where we pick him at?
He wasn't supposed to be the first receiver taken, and I'm with you. I thought I was leaning towards Lamb too. I was like, yeah, the Raiders should draft Lamb, but I kind of seen what Gruden was seeing with Ruggs, bro. He was developing, man.
I'll give him out.
He had a higher ceiling. He had a way higher ceiling than Lamb for sure.
So I was surprised when he got him.
Yeah, because he was. I mean,
but I wasn't like super surprised because the speed, and I knew that in the first coaching stint with Gruden, with Al Davis, he probably initiated that in his head. Speed at the wideout position is gonna damage a lot of people. So I don't blame him. I'll do the same thing. I'll look at the fastest dude, see if he can catch and run routes.
Yeah. And he was starting to do that. Though. Like he was starting to fucking do that.
But he wasn't CeeDee Lamb-ish.
He just caught a fucking game-winning touchdown against Pittsburgh practically, dog. Like 2 weeks before that shit. Like,
no, I'm saying when we were drafting game, CeeDee Lamb was the better
CeeDee Lamb dropped too.
Yeah.
No, but he dropped to us. And he was in our basket. Then we ended up taking Ruggs.
Yeah, but
CeeDee Lamb was
nobody could have prevented that. Nobody could have fucking, I think, foreseen that. Like nobody could have foreseen that Ruggs was going to happen.
Prescott up for sale. Nobody send his ass to Minnesota.
Dumbasses saying that, man. I can't believe people still saying it. Remember when I brought that up? When was it? Last week?
I think I brought it up. No, I brought it up to the Raiders trade for a quarterback. and that was the first person I was seeing.
Who, Dak?
He's the black Derek Carr.
The black Derek Carr.
I said Dak Prescott, but now people are jumping on it.
How much money is that going to be, bro? How much money is that going to take?
You're going to pay $51 million, bro.
It's the reason why I didn't want to pay. I wouldn't want Kirk Cousins. Even though I feel like Kirk Cousins is solid, he's in that kind of mid-range quarterback, and you're going to pay all that money like to go where? What are you trying to?
Don't make sense. Don't make sense. That's the reason. That's the whole reason why I never, not once, got upset with the Minshew pick. Like that shit was just like told me exactly what that the money literally tells you exactly what they think of that player. You know what I mean? Like that's basically. And that told me he's a backup. He's gonna be a back. He's meant to be a backup, but with one guaranteed year of maybe this could be your team, but. Their plans look like they're kind of set in a certain direction, but yeah, it's like it like they say it always takes two to tango, right? Like you're gonna need your perfect dance partner, you know what I mean, to be able to trade the point where you're not gonna have everybody breathing down your neck about it, but at the end of the day, even if you do say like at the beginning, if we say at the beginning we overpaid. If we do end up paying for a quarterback and that quarterback ends up being our franchise guy for the next 10 years, to be honest, it's like there's not really enough that you can pay for that. If that is actually going to be the guy that works out here. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing I say. And that's how much belief I have in Jaden. That's the reason why I'm so like cemented in that stance that trying to go up for him if you have to, but I get the other side as well too.
And someone said that Cousins the black Derek Carr, but Cousins a better leader though. Cousins a better leader.
They said Cousins is the black Derek Carr. They're stupid.
So in a nutshell, Joel, we're talking all this shit, Pharaoh. What is you never said your take on what you want to do in the draft? Or who's there or whatever, move up or down or do whatever. What's your feeling about this whole draft from 13 moving up, all that shit? Let us know. Give us your wisdom, bro.
Look, I thought I kind of was giving hints, but I definitely want the Raiders first. The number one thing, I want the Raiders to trade up and get their guy at QB. That's like if we can make that happen. If we can make it happen. If not.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Trade up and get a QB. That's the number one thing.
Fuck the pig.
It's about look, the Raiders are committing to winning. They're ready. They've already committed. And with their actions and what they said and what they want to do, they want to win. They don't want to wait and develop. They don't. So if you're gonna go that route, then you could be more aggressive and get your guy. So that's my thing. That's the number one. Now, I did remember to start the show. I was like, "Hey, look, when is the price too high?" I'm not saying give up the next 7 years in draft picks just to get to pick number 6. Like, no. And you don't get Jaden Daniels. Like, no. I'm not saying don't trade up if you can't get your guy, whoever that is, at QB.
I think that's what people think when I say let's trade up for this now. Like, fuck them picks. They think that I'm like just trying to wild out. Like. I literally, explained it earlier, like that shit only type of happens if like that's why they're putting feelers out there. That's why they're, gonna wait till like the second, third pick, see if anybody throws a wrench in there. You know what I mean? If fucking Marvin Harrison III gets picked in between and kind of throws the draft for a loop. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what like people don't understand too. Like I fucking totally agree with you, Pharaoh. Like there's obviously a limit, dog, but like. Yeah, but go ahead.
No, and that's like the number one thing I'm hoping that the Raiders can figure out and make it make sense and get their quarterback. I think there's gonna be a whole lot of excitement if that happens. The energy is gonna be crazy. We already know with AP at head coach and Patrick Graham as a defensive coordinator, we know that defense it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? They showed that when they were there coaching. So my thing is that what is it going to look on offense? Now, and I'm not going to be excited with Minshew and AOC at quarterback. I wouldn't. You know, we seen a 3-0 game. We witnessed that live. We seen it a 3-0 game in our lifetime. A team beat the Raiders 3-0. That's all you have to say to me. I'm like, hey, look, we need to. Yeah, we need to upgrade at that quarterback position. If we can do that, let's do it. If not, then I can see the Raiders be like, you know what? Let's get an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Get offensive tackle at 13. Can they go corner? It's a possibility, but I'd rather them go offensive tackle. It just makes a whole lot of sense.
This is what I was explaining. This is what I was explaining to Gravy the other day, right? I was saying, like, because I was on one point. At one point, I was like, you know, if we can't go get our quarterback, fuck it, let's go offensive tackle too. You know what I mean? At 13. But the only thing I was saying is because, like, I like Mumford. I've always liked Mumford since we picked him. You know what I mean? I always thought he was gonna be one of the guys that maybe took a Luminor spot since even, you know, the year before last. You know what I mean? So, but you know, I think, you know, the confidence that the AP showed in him, you know, late last year. You know what I mean? Even with, you know, kind of you know, coaching kind of getting, you know, a little bit healthy towards the end of the year, but then still sticking with you know, Mumford on the right side and stuff like that, you know. And I mean, actually, you know, Mumford and Luminor at starting, you know, tackles. It was just like I seen that you know, the growth is real in Mumford. I know that people kind of tend to look at him and be like, damn, we're still trying to, you know, hope that it's a 7th round pick that, you know, kind of, you know, solidifies that side. But he hasn't been playing like a 7th round pick. I would say that, you know what I mean? I think like he's earned, you know what I mean, like his playing time, you know what I mean? And I think another year under AP, you know, some more confidence in him. I think that I would give him another shot, if anything, you know what I mean? Like that, like he's the guy that I think that he might be the next, you know, guy on our right side. Now, I'm more in the thinking that a right guard, if we're going right guard to try to fix that right side, I think we can go, you know what I mean, later on in the like 3rd round, 4th round to try to get a guard to actually, you know what I mean, solidify that right side. But that's why I want to go get, you know, the quarterback, of course. But if we can't go quarterback, I was thinking, you know, I like the corner position. I mean, I know that the defensive line is going to help that out a lot. You know what I mean? I think it's going to help out our, you know what I mean? You know, it's, you know, our DBs as a whole. But I would probably go, if it's not, you know, quarterback, I would probably go corner. Just because I like, you know, Terrell Mitchell, and I also like fucking what's his name from
Keon Mitchell. You like Keon Mitchell?
Yeah, Keon Mitchell and Arnold.
And Arnold.
I like those two guys at cornerback, but
how about
that's the only reason. Because I who
from Clemson, Nate Wiggins.
Nate Williams too. I also was even in the thinking of that too, but because I even like that guy, Deshaun, the guy that was hurt at Iowa. You know what I mean? He just did his pro day. You know, the other day. He's a white boy. He's a DB, but he was a top DB for a reason too, dog. Like, and I think he's a guy that, you know, a lot of people might be sleeping on, but he's a guy that you might be able to kind of, you know, get in the 2nd, 3rd round if possible, if teams overlook him. You know what I mean too? So like. It's tricky, man. I like Fuaga. That's the only lineman I'm taking in the 1st round. That is one thing I have told Gravy. I will gladly say that if we get Fuaga, I wouldn't be mad.
Fuaga won't be mad. It won't be bad at all, bro. You know what I mean? But that's going to show where we're going to go. I mean, once the first 2 picks happen, then we're going to determine what's going to happen. You know what I mean? That's going to determine everything. If he's not gone at 2, then, you know what I mean? Then I think we should do that. But what's the name had a question right here, and along the sides, along the lines where who put right here? I'm sorry, I had something right. Build the trenches. Rick's saying build the trenches, right? So if you build the trenches early, you know what I mean, as far as your first number 1 off pick, you know what I mean, we already got the trenches good to go. But the offensive line, we need young, because offensive linemen are expensive. They're expensive as shit. So you get a guy like, you know, Fuaga at 13, that'll be better, because I think Bennett, and this is what I'm saying, kind of like bouncing back off with that, because he said something, what do we think about Bennett? Somebody put that down there. I'm sorry I lost it, bro. But Bennett will develop in this, you know, because the defensive line is going to put so much pressure that he's going to be able to develop, and he has that speed. He could tackle pretty good, but I mean, I just think it was just a situational thing, and then they did what they had to do going on later on in the season. I think he got banged up. So if we go offensive line, our defensive line is already going to be there, and the secondary is going to work. A lot of these guys are going to get a lot of work, and they're going to look a lot better because we're going to have a lot more pressure, so they can play, more man-to-man, more jam at the line, bump and run type shit. So it'll work because of our defensive line. So what we need for long term is offensive line, because if we don't go up, then we're going to need that offensive line, regardless of whatever. Because then we're going to have Zeus as our running back. Then we're might have to go to where Getsy's going to be like, man, it's going to cost us too much. We're going to have to go to Getsy's original plan, and Getsy's original plan is pound the fucking ball. So you know what I mean. So if we really, really look at the deep dive, and we're going to need the offensive line for a long time moving forward. So. It's tricky. Hey, it's tricky. I'm glad I don't have this as a job.
Hey, this is a far out shit though. But like, you know how they're getting rid of everybody in Buffalo? You know how we said that we wouldn't pay that shit for Dak, but would you pay that premium for Josh Allen?
Fuck yeah. In a second.
I don't know, Lo.
In a second. In a fucking
It's
second.
a hypothetical.
Oh, for the receiver they just traded?
No. I'm
for the
talking about
quarterback.
would you pay
For Josh Allen,
$250 million Josh Allen.
They wanted to get rid of Josh Allen. Would you give the premium for Josh Allen? You know they're going to be asking for a hefty return.
You get $60 million for Josh Allen.
I mean, if I had $60 million,
see, the thing is, though, Josh Allen can play.
But
Josh Allen can play, and the thing is, though, he doesn't need a running game. That's the thing. He doesn't need a running game. We technically don't have it.
I have a question right there, dog.
What's that?
That's just a hell of a question. Like I wouldn't do it with Dak, but it's a damn head scratcher with Allen. It's a head scratcher with Allen, dog.
Yeah, but Tubby says, how much are we talking? Well, the 250. We're saying if it's the same price range as
talking about the market value now.
Yeah.
What is $60 million? Dak gets $60 million.
Who's the closest to Mahomes right now? Who's the closest to Mahomes? Mahomes is the best quarterback.
Oh, playing wise?
Yeah.
Burrow.
No.
For me, it's Burrow when he's healthy.
Yeah, that's the question. Healthy.
But see, that's the healthy part. NFL.
I would say Mahomes and probably Lamar.
Over Josh, I don't know if I'll put him over Josh though. Lamar just got to win. He just got to win, bro. But Lamar, he had his chance this year, man. And
Matt, what about Stafford?
He didn't lose against Mahomes. That's Mahomes.
So did Buffalo.
People sleep on Stafford.
Okay.
People sleep on Stafford though.
I like Stafford, bro.
Stafford's good, bro.
Stafford's good,
really
good. But number 2 in the league, I'm Mahomes.
No. I go Burrow. I say Burrow.
That was up to Raider fans to be AOC, bro. Shit.
I say Burrow, but I'm just saying, like, Allen is a fucking thing that you could think about. Like, damn, he can. His fortunes might change over here.
I like Burrow. I would say Burrow, but it'll probably be Josh Allen. You know.
Burrow's the only one that's doing it. Burrow's the only one that's beating him.
I think Goff had a good season too.
Because Burrow's the only one that's beating him in the playoffs. That's the only reason why I go Burrow. He showed that he could do it. You know what I mean? He beat Mahomes already in the playoffs.
Right. It's just Burrow's just never like you gotta pay attention to his health now. Like what, 2 or 3 years he's been hurt out his career.
And they never get offensive linemen in the draft, bro. That's the thing. His offensive line that gets him hurt. And he has all plethora of receivers, dude. 3 of the best receivers in the NFL.
So look.
Put together.
Right.
Damn, they got Dak at 2?
Yeah, that's what I put. I just put that's what I see what I got it right here.
And Lamar at 1, huh?
Primary starting season quarterback in the end of 2023 season, it says.
Oh, as far as how well they were playing?
Starting quarterback based solely on the play from 2023 regular season. Number 1 is Lamar.
So they don't have fucking Mahomes as right there?
Yeah, Dak Prescott is above Josh Allen. Okay. Then who's
Hell no.
Matthew Stafford, Tua,
Tua,
Jared Goff, Brock Purdy.
no way.
Hell no.
No way.
They got Patrick Mahomes,
You know
number
what it
9.
It's the context is it's how they were playing at that time, heading into the playoffs.
So,
I don't think it's an overall who's a better quarterback.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah.
But was Tua playing good going into playoffs?
He was playing shitty. He played shitty. You see what happened to him when they went to Kansas City? It was cold, but the last stretch of games,
Miami might
So
not.
you give up multiple first-round picks and $250 million for Josh Allen. Glow, you go first. What do you think?
Well, say that one time. I'm sorry.
You giving up multiple first-round picks and $250 million because you're gonna give him a new contract for Josh Allen.
How many picks?
At least 2.
bro, a couple. Shit. Answer the question.
For Josh Allen, I'm in. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to do like Farrell was saying at the beginning. No record-breaking shit. I would do the market.
That's record-breaking, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be right. You're gonna probably hit the 300, probably.
Yeah. I downplayed it. I downplayed Lamar a little bit. I think Lamar could be right after Mahomes because second MVP. He just needs to win, bro. He just need to get it off. Like he got to get that monkey off his back, man, so to speak. Like
You'll get some receivers. You get some receivers with them. Good little running back that can stay healthy.
But Dak, bro, Dak is overrated, man. Hell no. Josh Allen is better than Dak for sure.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
The hell?
AOC better than Dak. AOC Minshew better than Dak.
I don't take it that far. Hell no.
The rivalry.
Minshew's better than Dak.
You imagine what the rivalry will really be then, though. Like if Josh Allen comes to the Raiders, the rivalry with him and Mahomes. Like if they already had that shit with them in Buffalo, like that shit would just magnify if he has to play him twice a year, which they were already almost doing that. With the playoffs and fucking playing once a year practically.
Herbert, Herbert is one of those dudes too. Like you don't know where do you put him because it's like he really hasn't won. He hasn't won as a quarterback. Everybody just talks about his talent.
He gets praised like a mug, dude. His team is he's a good quarterback on paper, just like his teams always are.
Yep.
They're good. They have all this talent.
The curse of being a Charger. That's the curse of being a Charger.
It's gonna happen again too.
Discuss it on the fan.
It'd be crazy though. It would be crazy though. That shit would be crazy though. But that is always hypothetical. But that's the thing though. Like nothing is out of the question when it's like that. Like that team looks like it's heading in a direction where, you know what I mean. It looks like it's almost rebuilding now. Like Buffalo, I don't know what direction they're going in. They have no receivers as of right now. I know they got some tight ends over there that they've drafted kind of high. I think they got a defense.
I know what they're doing. They're looking at the draft and like all these receivers that are talented, they can get them cheap now. So like that's what they're doing. They're going cheap at that position, and they can get a talented receiver too. I'm telling you, bro. This draft with receivers.
Oh yeah,
they're way down there picking, aren't they?
They're
way down there picking, aren't they? Didn't they go to the AFC Championship game?
Still,
they went to
Neighbors, Adunze, and Harrison won't be there for them unless they trade up.
But they don't have to. There's some other young receivers in the draft that look.
I like Jaden Rice, but Gravy be hating because he's from USC and he's his daddy's son.
I got a problem with Jerry Rice.
I know. I said because he's his daddy's
son. He's overrated because we're with school.
I bring that shit up. No more Rice. All right. Before we take off, bro, we got about another good 20 minutes in here, bro.
Brian Thomas. There you go. Brian Thomas Jr. Yep.
Thomas.
Yeah. Even the other receiver from LSU too.
You like Polk?
Yeah. That's the reason why too. Sometimes it'd be like, damn, no wonder Jaden was so good too. Yeah, Neighbors and the other kid.
Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. Yep. And then you got Penix, who had talented receivers. But at the end of the day, look, like C.J. Stroud played with talented at Ohio State the year before.
Yeah.
And look what he's doing. Sure. Look what he's doing in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
You still got to throw it to him right, though, for them to catch it.
Yeah, no, for
exactly.
sure. I mean, 50 touchdowns ain't no joke.
Yeah, not at all.
And the NCC, it's not easy in any league, to be honest. Like fucking 50 touchdowns.
Bro, if we had Josh Allen at quarterback, if he was a Raiders quarterback, Sundays would be that much more, better.
What if we had Lamar Jackson as our quarterback?
One of the most exciting players at quarterback. Are you serious? Come on, man.
Bombing against Mahomes.
I'm taking Lamar. I'm taking Lamar in a heartbeat, dog, because it's just a different story, bro. Like, fuck, he still has a lot of years to go. Like, he could still, right that wrong. So, two MVPs.
His team is depending on him so much to do things. They're realizing that it's not working. So they're gonna start bringing in pieces, and then he's a good running game and a couple of receivers out there. He has a great offensive line.
That they got last year. I like that the young running back that they got. You know what I mean? That he emerged. I know he got hurt. That the receiver Flowers is good. They still got Andrews. You know what I mean? Which is he's safety blanket and shit like that. But I think they're going in the right direction for sure.
I think Diggs. I think Stephon Diggs was good for his development as a quarterback because you have a number one receiver that's getting open consistently. That's developing the quarterback's confidence. He got someone that he knows can get open. And think about it. A young QB can come to the Raiders and play with who? A receiver, Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers. You can see him developing under that offense. But and that's another thing too, Gravy. Like, hey, who do you think? Do you like Luke Getsy at an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, he's your typical. He's learned from the best. He's on that tree of the best. That Shanahan tree, that Bill Walsh tree, and stuff like that. It's a very powerful offense. It's all over the NFL. It just matters who is running the offense. Basically, it matters who's not. I thought Getsy's downfall with bad quarterback play with Fields. But
inaccurate quarterback play.
An accurate quarterback that knows he's a good athlete and that can run around all over the place. It's kind of the same situation that you have in Arizona. That kid is the best athlete out on the field, and he showed us how it is that he was the best athlete on the field. So, when you're a coordinator like that, and you got a guy that's special, it's hard to develop him into a passer because he just relies on one thing and he's been doing it for his whole life. And then that's hard to break. It's hard to break it. And then I think that's what Getsy was going through. But I think his mind, and if he has a receiver that he has a quarterback that he could teach and that's good and that absorbs the knowledge that he's teaching them. And a lot of these quarterbacks that are in there, they know the West Coast offense. That's 95% of the NFL right now. So they have their gadgets and gizmos that they put in there, but I'll be part of those trees, those good teams with good quarterback play, and I think I like Getsy.
Yeah, I think for me he's one of the biggest concerns on a team because we know AP, the head coach, he's a defensive minded head coach. We know that defensive side of the ball. I feel like Raider Nation, everybody can agree. Like we're pretty confident. Like there's going to be a good product on the football field next season when it comes to defensive side of football. But offensively, Luke Getsy, like all I said in the chat, he's like it's a little bit of like a mystery. Like what are we going to get with Luke Getsy? Because with the Chicago Bears, even though we can agree that like maybe Fields he might not be that guy at quarterback. Maybe he was the part of the problem. But also, the Bears did fire him.
But what about this? We can all agree though that this is a lot better than Bo Hardegree.
Yeah.
But was it Bo Hardegree or Bo Hardegree trying to fix Josh McDaniels' mess?
That's true. But what I'm saying is that like he was put in a tough spot no matter what. Like of course, like I don't blame the kid for that. But what I mean is that like we can all agree is like at least this guy got some experience. You know what I mean? This guy has at least had some experience as he wasn't thrown into the fire. Like Bo Hardegree, he might be a great offensive coordinator one day. The only thing is that like the situation that he was put in last year, and I think that hiring Getsy from the get go, not from the get go, I would say, because we did have another guy, supposedly slated to come in, but that didn't work out. He's in fucking Washington now. Fuck that dude. But like, you know what I mean? It's just like at least having him in the building, you know what I mean, for now, and you know what I mean, with the offense, that playbook's already been handed out. You know what I mean? Guys are learning the system and shit like that. But I don't know, man. I just have more confidence in that. But for sure, I would say that he has shit to prove here too, because like obviously he was fired for a reason. You know what I mean? Guys don't just get fired. You know what I mean? I know Telesco's kind of on that same boat too. You know what I mean? He has shit to prove too. Like all these guys have stuff to prove. AP has shit to prove, because he can't show that was just a one-hit wonder type shit. Like it was just okay, guys were on the boat last year. He got the job. Do they let their foot off the gas? Like nah. Like I think all these guys have something to prove. You know what I mean? But I think that it's with the recent stuff of like them keeping quiet and all of that shit, and you know what I mean, I just think they're grinding. I think that they do have some shit planned. You know what I mean? I think that the money aspect of them, you know what I mean, kind of setting themselves up for like June 1st to even open up some more money and stuff like that, and having some money available as of now. You know what I mean? I just think there's shit brewing. You know what I mean? But like you said earlier, and I've kind of been saying that, like I think at the beginning, it was kind of somebody from up top, whether it was Telesco, anybody, or he checked himself or whatever, dog. I just think he was, like we even talked about on the show plenty of times, like he was kind of showing his card a little too much. You know what I mean? With like being too all in on JD5, like talking about him on every fucking podcast and like this and that, like. And right. I think that the recent shit, like as much as our hand has already kind of been shown. I think like at least now I know that they're fucking doing everything. I think right now, behind the scenes to you know what I mean. They're kind of keeping quiet, a little bit more quiet. You know what I mean? Especially Telesco. No, I think that they're working. I think it's gonna show in the draft, bro. I think his experience is gonna show in this draft. Like he has a lot of experience. That's one dude that I know has a lot of experience. And then just with the guys, how they kind of, elevated their game when AP kind of took over, and then, Patrick Graham, kind of letting him free, kind of what, so you would say what they said last year, like kind of letting the chains off, like I think that, I don't know, man. I just think the defense is going to, like you said, bro, I think the defense is going to be stout this year, bro. Like, and then the addition of Wilkins is just, it's scary season for me, man. For like on the defense now, let's go. And then that also gives me just confidence in that. After seeing them take over the development in the young guys like Coons, even Tyree getting better, like, and other guys even getting a little bit better at that moment, like I just think the development's gonna be there. You know what I mean? For the rest of these guys, like I like our Rob Leonard, our defensive line coach. I like our wide receivers coach. You know what I mean? Edgar Bennett. You know what I mean? Like all of those guys, like fucking Ricky Manning Jr., our DB coach, guys who have done it. Fucking Cadillac Williams, dog, guys who have done it in this league. Like all of these dudes, I like the fucking the coaching staff that the AP's even building. You know what I mean? A bunch of dudes that have already that done it and look like they're going to be, on the same level with their players. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just look at a lot of other aspects sometimes of football, and like I just that type of shit, to me, it looks like it's going to be chemistry, and chemistry to me sometimes is downplayed a lot, but it's when it's 53 guys in one room, dog. Sometimes it's like, you know what I mean? All those egos, you know what I mean? It's great to have them on the same page.
Yeah. And I see people in the chat mentioning like Lou Getsy and some of the success he had with the Packers, but he was just a wide receivers coach?
Yeah.
Maybe a QB, and I think he was a QB coach as well. Like he wasn't calling plays. Like he wasn't. It's there's still a what if? Like is it really there? Hey, look, I'm hoping that it works out. Don't get me wrong. I hope that he's the next guy at OC. He's going to be developing the next quarterback. But there is we got to acknowledge that Luke Getsy is a big question mark going into next season for sure.
Yeah, especially without a proven running back. Like,
well,
I know Zamir is cool and all that shit, but he did do it with some lower end running backs last year. But he did have that main running back though, which was, we all know it was Justin Fields. Justin Fields was their main running back last year. You know what I mean? But like, we just gotta have somebody to be that main guy, I guess, in his running game.
Well, so I mean, it's all gonna if whatever quarterback comes in. See, this is going to be the telltale sign of what's going to happen, because if Fields really that guy, Steelers picked up Russell Wilson and Fields. They're very similar in playing style and whatever not. So if Justin Fields develops under Russell Wilson or takes the position, then it was Getsy, or maybe it was just Eberflus. There was that communication. You know what I mean? There has to be something going on. Getsy keeps on getting positions. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever, he went through the trial error of being a wide receivers coach to a quarterbacks coach to a coordinator, so on and so forth. It's just the process of, you can't just become an offensive coordinator. There's ways to fucking develop it, right? Now, his history and stuff like that, like Gravy was saying, he's been taught, right? But also, if he didn't have a good good quarterback, good quarterback play, he fucking turned around and, just ran the ball. But if you look at what was it, DeVito? What was the kid that came in and beat us?
It was a rookie free agent.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know if Getsy was there. Yeah. Was Getsy there?
Tyson Badger.
So Getsy was a rookie quarterback and beat us.
Arm wrestling champ son.
Yeah, there you go. If you look at it like that, man, like one way or another, either he's gonna run the ball or he gets his hand on a rookie, he's gonna be pretty good. So for me, bro, either way, it's gonna be on who's gonna be throwing the ball. So we're gonna see who really it is. Is it Getsy or is it fucking Justin Fields? So
so we're gonna find out, because there's gonna be a quarterback battle with the Steelers.
Yeah,
believe Tomlin wants to win. He wants to win, and he's gonna put the best quarterback on the football field.
He wins that job.
Yeah,
I think Wilson.
I think Russ wins that job.
Yeah, I think Wilson wins it. Wilson wins it because it's perfect. It's a perfect system. Like they're gonna run the ball. He's a good deep ball thrower. You know what I mean? They're gonna mix it up with him, and I think that fits his style of play compared to, But you never know, man. Hey, you never know, because
Russell Wilson didn't give up shit for Russell Wilson. They gave $1 million for Wilson and a 6th-round pick for for Fields. Like, they didn't give up nothing.
Steelers, man. I like the moves, man. They're very shrewd business.
What were we doing? Sitting on our hands, dude. Sitting on our hands. We could have had a quarterback.
We got the biggest defensive player in free agency.
Besides that,
but that's big time.
Who would you rather have, Fields or Minshew?
Fields or Minshew? Right now, I think because I wouldn't want the same connection with. I never liked Fields. I fucking would not like the same connection with Getsy and Fields. I just don't like that. Like, it just gave me a bad taste.
Hey, put a Getsy aside. Quarterback play. Who would you take?
Minshew. I'm taking fucking Uncle Rico.
Me too, bro.
Uncle Rico was a fucking winner last year.
Over who?
Over Fields.
Your boy Minshew. Hey, Lowe was saying Minshew, and it sounded retarded a long time ago, but this dude said, "I'll take Minshew over Derek Carr," and we said, "What?" And then he did. He said it. Minshew beat us.
I don't know. I've always kind of liked Minshew.
Minshew beat us in Jacksonville.
Last game in Oakland.
I'm just hurt again, bro. We got beat by the Chicago Bears last year. Can you believe that shit?
Terrible.
Let's get to this real quick, because I want to finish up real quick, man.
How bad was it? How bad were we to lose to the fucking Chicago Bears?
We weren't that bad. It was just we weren't playing right. It was just an adjustment at the time.
We looked at them at home. We looked at home.
Huh? It was in Chicago.
Did we lose in Chicago at home?
Oh, it was in Chicago.
No.
But before we get out of here, bro, I know we only got a couple minutes left. I got to get out of here. I got to get up hella early tomorrow. Jack Jones, President Jones, apparently goes on a rant on Twitter. I haven't heard it at all. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it for us. We'll sit back and we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. Thank you for everybody that's been in here, man. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to RaiderNationLive, Renegade 420 and at Pharaoh NFL on YouTube and on IG. Go to subscribe to all of us. Hit the like button too. I'm gonna play this real quick, and we'll get into it real quick. Let me pull this up. Share screen. Go into our window. Boom. There we go. So, all right, let me play this shit real quick. Hold on. Let me bring this back down.
Now, who is this?
This is Jack Jones. Apparently, Jack Jones went on a rant.
Well, again, about New England. Can't hear nothing.
Can't hear nothing?
No.
I don't see anything on the screen.
I see Jack.
Are you just playing the audio? Are you just playing the audio or or both? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't hear.
I just see the picture.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, I seen clips. I've seen clips of the Jack Jones thing. I mean, he wasn't saying, to me, in my opinion, he wasn't saying too much, anything super crazy, but he was being honest though. You could tell he was being honest.
That's Here we go.
Yeah,
was it about New England?
Yes.
He talked about New England. He had some comments.
But he's not talking about like
bro, we still buy you side by side. We still ups and downs. We still buy you when you did that thing in the airport. We still buy you in Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? And bro, on God, it's love, bro. It's love, no Diddy. You know what I mean? It's love, no Diddy. On God, bro. It's love, but it's like at the end of the day, y'all know what fans y'all carry, bro. So it's like if that shoe fit,
no Diddy.
If the shoe don't fit, I ain't talking to you, bro. So stay a fan if you would like to, but you feel me? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people who that shoe fit for. You feel me? And y'all got a lot of those. That's all I'm saying. No Diddy. Hey, love, no Diddy. Oh, everything. Nah, Pat's a straight Diddy. Nah, but you feel me? I had to get on here and you feel me? Did you leave or get cut? I left that shit, bro. Now let me explain that shit, bro, because I'm here now. I'm with the Raiders. I'm loving this shit, bro. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to here. I'm showing up on time. I'm going to work. Hey, I'm doing everything right here, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, that last game, bro. Y'all go watch that last game, bro. That's on God, bro. I have 6 plays before halftime, bro. 6 plays before halftime, and now listen. 6 plays before halftime, and y'all telling me I'm the best corner we got on the team? That shit is cooked, bro. What is we talking about, bro? I could have got some picks. That's on God in heaven. That's on my baby. That's on my life, bro. I would have had way more than 2 picks, bro, if the Patriots was fucking with me. I would have had way more than 2 picks, bro. I swear to God. Bro. I had 2 picks, bro. 2 picks. Come on, gang. That's nothing. I don't think y'all really know. That's nothing, gang. I ain't gonna cap. That's nothing. 2 picks, bro. What? I got 6 plays the last game I played for New England. I had 19 plays. I think it was 19 plays I had. Look, this how it happened. I got released on Monday. Picked up on Tuesday, practiced on Wednesday, played the game on Sunday. Sunday, I had 19 plays, bro, for the Raiders. And that was against the Dolphins. Now, that week before that, I had 6 plays with New England. And I'm rated as the number 1 cornerback, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? 6 plays? I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I don't even know if the Patriots won or lost that game to the Colts, bro. I don't know. I don't care. And it's like my whole thing is, bro. It's like, man, just don't lie to me, bro. Don't lie to me. You could keep it 100, bro. You could be like, nah, Jack, you not good. Nah, Jack, you not in the position you supposed to be, or we don't see you in a position we thought we seen you as. You feel me? I would respect that, bro. Oh God, that's what men do. Men be honest and men figure out the problem. You feel me? Through the honesty, though.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out the problem when you lying to me, bro. I can't do that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if the Patriots beat the Colts. Did they win that game? That last game in Germany.
Glad he's playing for the Raiders. Tell you that.
I like it though. But I know he was talking shit about the
please,
fan base.
nobody call me and tell me to get off this, man. I'm not getting off nothing, bro. My baby. Don't call me and tell me that.
Oh shit, he's still going. Yeah, because he talked shit about the fan base too, right?
He said we called him Diddy.
Yeah, I think he was saying about I think he was talking about.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop it. I mean,
Yeah, hey, answer that question though. Somebody figure that out for me. Did the Raiders win that last? I'm not the Raiders. Did the Patriots win that last game?
Oh, I don't know about that.
yeah.
I don't know about this. Or I'm talking about like, I know that he also said that like it wasn't even like because of fucking the players over there. It wasn't because of Bill Belichick or anything like that. It's the fucking city, the fans. That shit was why he says fuck the Pats. Like it's not because of like the owner or anything like that. Like it's because of the fucking fans. Like he says that's the reason. Well, I know that he also, I mean, he did right there say that he got 6th place, so he just kind of throwing shade at the coaching too, because you know what I mean. Coaching is what kind of holds that, you know what I mean. But the cards, with that. But I know that he threw shade at the fans as well.
Well, no, I got the last part of it. Just it's only like maybe like 20 seconds left. So let me.
All right.
Bro, and I don't want y'all to think I hate New England. I don't hate New England. It's forever love for Mr. Kraft. Oh, God. Forever love for Mr. Kraft. I done had real conversations with Mr. Kraft. It's forever love for Bill Belichick. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, me and Bill Belichick had our disagreements, bro. But it's forever love with that. With all the Belichicks, let me clear that up. It's forever love with all the Belichicks. It's forever love with Mayo. You know what I'm saying? It's forever love like with the staff and shit, bro. But when it comes to the fans,
that was it. Well, that's all I got. So.
Well, there is a part that is missing that we didn't get a chance to hear, but he was talking about the media, the Patriots media. He said that one of the people from the Patriots media, they said let's talk off the record. He said let's talk. I'm not even going to record. And the reporter showed him his phone real quick and changed it back. But he can clearly, Jack Jones said he could clearly see that the dude was recording him. Like he did it hella quick. He was clearly recording. He said, let's talk off the record. And he was about to record everything that he was going to say. He said that's how the Patriots media get down. And he was just talking about his experience with that. And that's a clip out there too as well. But you know what? Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Jack Jones, man. Hey, sometimes that was a situation that didn't work out for a lot of different reasons. Hey, he's playing for the Raiders, and we didn't get to hear this, Raider Nation. But guess what? Guess what he said? He says, "I hope I can continue to play with the Raiders. I want to be a Raider. I want to continue to be a Raider. I hope I sign an extension with the Raiders." That's what he said, and that's the type of players you want playing for the Raiders.
I fucks with Jack, dog. No Diddy.
Yeah. Thanks.
He said no, Diddy. Jones got tired of being lied to. There was all kinds of stuff, but I mean, the thing is, also like you gotta be with your people, bro. Like, and that's what it comes down to. No matter what it is, no matter what you do, you gotta be with the people that you feel that are best for you, suited for you in life, in fucking your job, everything. This is basically their job, bro. And if he's over here trying to become the player that he wants to be, you know, why not be with the guy that, you know, gave you the game and, you know, showed you certain things, man. Like, I mean, I'm loyal, you know, to a fault, you know, as long as I don't get screwed over. But it's like anybody that teaches me something, I'm always going to stay loyal to that. And that's what a lot of people tend to like forget, even though this is a game and it's a kid's game and people get caught up in the whole, oh, well, you get paid for this, that, or third. If you can be anywhere near somebody that has affected your life in sports and so on and so forth, like AP has done with many different players, bro. And then it just falls into place with the Raiders, and he loves being a Raider, and he stated, bro, man, what else can you ask for, bro?
Yeah,
you really can't ask for very much more. You know what I mean?
I'm glad Jack Jones is playing with the Raiders, man. He wants to be a Raider. I wish we would have played that clip where he said that, but there is a clip out there where he, in that same video rant, he was like, someone asked him, like, how about the Raiders? He's like, man, I hope I stay with the Raiders. I hope they give me an extension. That's exactly what you want to hear from a player that plays for the Raiders, man. I ain't gonna lie. Come on now.
Yeah.
So I have no problem with Jack Jones. He just was, you know, he just said what was on his mind, and that's kind of refreshing because we don't hear that a lot.
He's probably a little high. You know, venting. He's probably venting. He probably had just smoked the blunt, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
allegedly.
Fuck it. No, they can do that shit off season now.
Oh, they can? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. So we heard it. That was the first thing I heard. I thought it was going to be a lot more shit. I thought he was going to talk shit about Mahomes and all that shit. I thought it was a lot more. Oh,
no. He did say something about Mahomes, but I seen a clip where he was calling him the best of all time.
Well, I mean, he's playing against him. He grew up watching him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the moment in the NFL right now, we were just kind of talking about it. That's the dude to beat. That team is the team to beat. And he pretty much had a beat on them, bro. So it's like, you know what I mean? That him saying that, it's just him saying that about Patrick Mahomes is saying what he's saying about himself. You know what I'm saying? He's the best. Well, look at what I did to the best.
You have to say
look at what I did to the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's that attitude that you kind of want, bro. So I'm happy.
Back-to-back champ. You can't say it otherwise, bro. It's like he's the best. Right now. Like he did that without his best receiver after they traded their best receiver.
But they have the refs too. But you know that's here, there, or whatever.
Yeah, you know, true. But like that's the reason why you can't say otherwise. But I love the attitude that our organization and like, you know, AP and like our defensive players, they're giving him his respect, but they know that like when those pads are on, dog, that shit's gonna be a different story, dog. We're gonna make it really tough on this motherfucker. Really tough on it. We're gonna be in this motherfucker's face, and it's gonna be even hard. It's gonna be even tougher this year, dog. With Wilkins, you know, in the middle, you know what I mean, getting pressure up the middle and just helping out the rest of our, you know, D line. You know, when we're hoping that other guys can develop, you know what I mean, like even further, you know what I mean, like Kuntz, like shit. If Kuntz can duplicate what he did, you know, when AP took over, that's just gonna be great. And then if, you know, Tyree and then the rest of the guys that we re-signed within, you know, like Jenkins and, you know, Adam Butler, which was I love that re-signing, you know what I mean? That's gonna be great, dog. But, you know, anybody next to basically anybody you got next to fucking to in the middle of those two guys, you know what I mean? It's gonna be able to eat off of that, you know what I mean? And when you have them in the middle of Wilkins and Max, they're gonna be able to eat, bro. They should be able to take advantage. So our defensive line is gonna make it tough for a lot of, you know, players. I've been big on you know getting a linebacker, you know, to you know solidify our front seven, but that's for a different day. But yeah, I think we have to, you know, go try to get another outside linebacker. But yeah, man, I think that's our defensive line is gonna scare a lot of people this year, bro. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, man, and I'm curious to see how AP handles the locker room next year. Like now he has a full season. He's the head coach. How does he handle the locker room? Is it going to be chaos where players are out of control because they feel like they can do whatever they want, or is there going to be a certain level of respect where like people get to do their job and you can do whatever you want to do as long as you know, kind of, you know, Mike Tomlin, you know what I mean, like that kind of vibe, players coach. But at the same time, you got to on Sundays, you got to bring it. So it's gonna be interesting, man. And it's crazy that look, look what AP can do. He can unlock players like Jack Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned it too, Gabe. Kuntz, another guy that he unlocked. And
Adam
hopefully,
Butler.
like you said, is Tyree Wilson.
Tyree Wilson.
Come on, man. Hey, you heard him in, I think, Max Crosby's podcast. Shout out to them, Rush Podcast. He was on there. Tyree Wilson talked about like how like it felt like you were so free under Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see how players feel playing under a coach like Pierce. What's that going to look like on Sundays? We kind of got a sneak preview last season with the defense. We'll see if it continues, man. That's one of the things I'm gonna be looking for in the future.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting once the draft comes and stuff like that. Are you doing anything for the draft? Are you going live at all?
Most likely am. You know what I mean? We've been doing this every week, so we're probably gonna plan something. But I already know you guys gonna have something planned for sure. So I'm gonna slide through if I can.
Oh yeah. Draft day, bro.
Talking a whole lot of shit. I already know. You know what I'm saying?
You are. Yeah.
He has your guy.
Yeah, bro.
Gravy, I do got a question for Gravy because I know he's big on running backs. You know what I'm saying, running back coach. So who is your guy at the Raiders draft, and who do you want the Raiders draft at the running back position? Because you know,
I can tell you that fucking.
Yeah, I'll top.
I want a running back early. I'll tell you that. I don't think that we have adequate running backs in our stable right now. I thought the loss of Jacobs was big time for us. I love Trey Benson. I like Brandon Allen from Wisconsin, the kid from Tennessee, and the kid from Texas. Mm-hmm. I just need it needs to be addressed and a high value pick. If we get the quarterback we need. We get the quarterback we need. I want to get a running back. You know,
don't like Blake Corum?
He's a little too small for me, Gabe. A little bit too small.
I like Brooks and I like Benson, and my third. I would say my third is going to be Estime from Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's good. He's good. But Benson's a man. We can pick up Benson in the second round.
Nah, but Benson runs different, bro. He just has a little something different to him, bro.
There's a lot of running backs, bro.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're gonna say though. But what do y'all think about Isaac Garendo?
I haven't really watched his tape. I've heard his name personally. You know what I mean? But I would have to watch his tape.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of Louisville.
What did he come out of? What school did he come out of?
So he's out of Louisville. He transferred there, I think, from Wisconsin, I believe. He was like a combine warrior. One of those dudes. He ran like the 5th fastest time in NFL history, draft history. He tied with McFadden.
Oh wow! Shit.
Ran a 4.3. But the thing is, when you watch him on tape, when you watch the game, he doesn't have that. He runs a little upright, and he doesn't have that like shiftiness to him. And that's the thing too. If Zamir White is going to be one of the guys that you already have in your stable, when you want a shiftier running back, maybe faster.
We kind of got that already.
That's why I like Blake Corum.
Yeah.
But Blake Corum plays he's physical. He plays with power.
I know, but I like that guy. I like Blake.
You like Blake?
I like Blake Corum.
He likes midgets.
I mean, the best running back ever is a fucking 5'6" running back, 5'8" running back. You know what I mean? And Barry Sanders. So, I mean,
yeah, man, but you can't go up the 80s and now, bro. That's you had 250-pound lineman back then, bro.
Well, guys, we're gonna get out of here, man. I need to go get some rest, brothers. It was a great show with everybody, man. Farrell, it's always a pleasure having you on, brother.
My dude, Farrell.
Yeah, moving forward, bro. Wish you guys all the success. Anything you're doing. Got to get Big Mike on the podcast. And Severe too. We'll have to work that out.
You always said midget lives matter.
Midget lives matter. Of course they do, bro.
Fuck, man.
I thought you were gonna get off like 10 minutes ago. Yeah, bro.
Like, we have to, bro. Terrence Sproles is like that's like pushing it, but 5'10", dog, that's cool.
But yeah, you gotta understand one of Gravy's.
When you see 5'10", man, everything says 5'8" for this dude.
But Gravy, everybody knows that Gravy liked what's the name, Eckler. So guess what? He was an undrafted free agent, and who picked him up? Tom Telesco.
But did Eckler prove it?
Yeah, but I'm saying undrafted.
All right.
So, but I'm saying though, so I think we're gonna be cool, even though we're losing the running back. So I think we're
Trey Benson. We get Trey Benson.
15 though.
I'll be happy with
quarterback.
Good.
With the quarterback, it's over.
Yeah.
Where you taking Trey Benson? What round? You taking Trey Benson?
Late first.
What? Hey,
Jesus. Get out of here. Gravy's going to sleep, bro. He's
old food, man.
Gravy is
man.
We had about 120 people here.
And we know, your guy, your guy you said, Farrell, now I remember who he is. The reason why he went to Louisville was because Braylon Allen went to Wisconsin and took his spot. And if we seen Braylon Allen 6'2", 240, 4 speed, can you imagine banging with that fool, man? Can you imagine that? Trey Benson, 6'1", 4.29 speed.
But like Farrell said though, like
you ran a 4.29
with Samir back there.
No, I think it was like 4.3 something, 4.39.
But like to be honest with you, running backs, the combine doesn't matter. The combine doesn't matter.
Oh, you ran on pro day.
No. I like that's why I'm saying like if with having Samir back there, if I'm picking out of those two, it's Trey Benson because he looks a lot quicker and shiftier. And that's, I think, that would be more of a compliment back to Zamir, Trey Benson, than Allen.
Okay. The 40. Now, Farrell, when you look at the combine and you look at the 40, it matters for running backs the most out of it because it's straight line, perimeter rushing.
It's that burst, bro. That's what's important. That burst. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you can just explode into the scrimmage, like for example, the guy Isaac Garendo, his issue is his acceleration. Like he has that long. He ran a 4.33. I think the fastest at the combine, or at least number 2 or top 3. But his problem when you watch him, you don't see it on tape. You don't when you watch the game. You're like, he don't look like he ran
that fast. He don't look that fast.
Yeah, he don't look that fast. But he ran a 4.33.
Looks fast. Trey Benson looks fast on the field.
That's what I'm saying. And there's other running backs that ran well too as well. But I'm just looking at it from perspective of like, let's get someone that complements Zamir White because he's more of a Mike Dick.
You know, all these people are with Zamir White. But when we had Jacobs, what were we all bitching about, Farrell? We were bitching about that. White, he's running in the back of linemen. You know, he has terrible vision. That's when we were running the zone scheme.
He got better.
That's when we were running the zone scheme. Now we're back to the zone scheme, and then we got to see how he does. He did that of the power scheme. You know, he ran the way he did last year of the power scheme, which wasn't. You know, it was impressive what he did, but you know, you can't go through 4 games and say this guy's all and be all starting running backs.
Yeah,
and I don't think Matheson can do
good things.
Yeah, we got Matheson too. So
we get a stud right there from Florida State. It'd be awesome. And I wouldn't mind their quarterback either. Let him sit out for a year. The late rounds.
Well, we're gonna see coming up, bro. So we're gonna see if we're gonna get drafted anything because I'm out, bro.
JD,
I know you're Gravy. You're just trying to drag it on, bro. Gravy will be here for another 4 hours, bro.
Go ahead, go sleep. Hey, it's a guaranteed 4-hour show when Farrell's on, bro. We used to be on in 4 hours.
Just because his name is Farrell doesn't mean it's 4. Farrell, 4. We're not doing that, bro. Relax.
2 hours just on one player, bro. On what he did wrong.
That's old school, man, for sure, man. We used to do the marathon shows, man.
I can't do that shit no more.
Hey, the draft is getting near, man. You might have to. You might have to, man. It's gonna be some.
Yeah, we're getting closer. Yeah, but like right now, bro, like no.
Just click up. Just click up. Just click up.
But hit the switch. Nah, man. Yeah. Thank you guys for pulling up, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. Like I said,
it could be just like this.
Wow.
What's going on?
I will literally kick you out, bro. I will literally kick you out. Don't do this. Stop, Gravy. Stop. Anyways, bro. Thank you, guys. I'm trying to add you to the stage, bro. Stop. See how people are? You give them a little bit of control. All of a sudden,
You're mad.
All of it.
You're mad. You're mad.
Get out here, bro.
You're
Anyways,
mad.
Be thankful for what you do, guys.
Baby got you mad.
Don't drink and drive. And like we leave in this motherfucker every single time. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Raiders.
Fucking great.